go. Alright. Stream up. Volumes are doing better. Alright, server is up and you guys are open.
Yeah, I'm going to be sending a, okay, sent. So you can log in when you wish.
Hello everyone and welcome to stream 1. Is this all we're having today or are the other devs coming?
We should have more coming soon. The end.
Got 45 people stopping by.
Jeez, that's a big crowd.
So the question is, would you guys be interested in modeling streams as well? So, where we do the same thing, but you guys get to see the Blender work and all the coding and fun stuff.
For God's sake.
Oh,
Where do you guys
and
do y'all want to
speaking
meet
of the
at?
devil?
Y'all want to meet at the depot?
Sure.
Alright, I will open the game up.
Eventually, when my computer decides to behave.
Speak of music maestro.
Oh yes, Music Man is here.
Oh, and Music Man is having problems with his music machine.
Team decided to bonk out on me, so it's going to take a little bit longer.
Alright, I will be down at the station in just a momento. Running over the pass.
Live.
I can attest that we are live.
Thank you, Audrey, for the follow.
Oh
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Music a little loud or no?
Oh, we've got Peyton's here with us as well. Just not
Is he on the stream?
audio. He's in the game.
Oh yeah, okay, he's here. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for doing modeling streams and all that. And then what we're looking at doing, at least I'm looking at setting up for all of us, is I want to find a way that we can have a stream where there is multiple people. So you can see, like mine, Tyler's, just everyone else's point of view. So they can all be doing their own, so you guys can pick and choose what to look at. I'm looking at being able to do that. Looks like it should work.
That would be cool. Yeah,
If
I've
Go
streamed
ahead.
with OBS before on Twitch, so I already know.
Turn you up a little bit because you are quiet.
Alright, well, before we begin in earnest, may as well introduce ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, sure. We'll start with our manager. Is he here?
Which manager are you referring
You.
to? Oh, okay. All right. Well, hi everyone. My name is Armagon. I am the resident community manager and historical researcher and font developer for the game. I came onto the team just kind of wanting to get a little bit more historical accuracy in there, but then I just stayed for the ride, and here I am.
Is Mark here?
I am.
Awesome. Go ahead.
I'm Music Man. I wrote the soundtrack for the game, and I provide real choo-choo driving experience feedback.
And then I guess let's go. Hello, I am Tyler, number 1 on the team, I guess.
Yes. Original
There's
Tyler.
really no order in this chaos of world. I am responsible for the cookies, as well as a few other things that will slowly be going into the game. Been modeling for about 3 years. Been brought on for this. Just having a good time.
Yeah, I got you. I'll pull up the stream volume. Alright, I guess that leaves it down to me. I'm Tyler number 2. I am a general modeler with the team as well as research and just extra hands when it comes to stuff. I've been modeling for a stunning 6 months, but I've had 8+ years of CAD experience working in my school and all that. So, yeah, that's the team that's here right now. There's a couple other people I hear are on the team as well. I'm not in any place to introduce them. If they come, they're welcome to. But we do have Bruss on the team. He was just brought on. Our owner, Hume, and then we also have Peyton, who is not here right now. I believe he's in game though.
Yep.
So what's the plan? Are we doing anything specific this stream? Because this is your map. I don't know anything about this place.
Well, I guess.
What do the people want to see?
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
first see what the people want to see.
So we'll leave it up to you. I'll just see whatever goes through chat. Is there anything specific that you guys want to see? I mean, we can look at the map, look at the industry, we can look at the new trains, we can look at the cars, locomotives. You pick it.
Demonstrate operations.
Fonts.
We'll do some operations. Oh, we also have fonts. Yes, we have Font Man.
Yes.
All
I'd be
question
very
mark.
happy to talk about them. if
Train
y'all
crash.
want them.
Track construction. We have track construction coming soon. I have not changed that. I did not expect the sub. Thank you very much for the sub.
Hey, Vinny.
But yes, so okay, I guess let's go ahead and go over. So I'll just go into the store page. Is there any actually, you have locomotives on this map already.
I have
okay.
a few. Let's go down to the yard just to show. So we have Kyrene here. This is also going to show some of the font work that Eric has masterfully
Yes.
done.
Custom
Oh,
fonts.
thank you.
So this is the 818C, based on Eureka, which many of you know just did its little jaunt at the Cumbres en Toltec Scenic Railroad. This is a mishmash of how it was and how it is. This is done by Kume, so it's got quite nice textures.
Go inside real quick.
I'm going to show them some of the controls.
Oh wow,
Yes,
he did it.
everything is still in the old control sim DNRG 280.
We've got this locomotive is dead, no pressure, so we can steam it up. Actually, let's get that started.
I turned sprint off, but I will actually not have super sprint, so I can. Yes, I do apologize for any micro frame drops. Because I'm usually working on one monitor, but I'm working on two 4K monitors right now. So my computer, which is pretty beefy, is having a good time trying to stream in 4K and do everything else while watching chat. So I do apologize if there's any slight drops. It should look good, but if there is, just let me know. If you have audio problems, I will help you out. Bring the music up a little bit, probably.
That actually, let me close off the air compressor line just for a little bit here.
Oh, so what? So new turntables in.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good.
They're a little hard to get down right, but once you get the knack to it, it's good. Very useful for turning a lot of the Locos.
I guess what we can
mention-
do is go through. So like, I guess I'll just go through the menu real quick. So like the game menu. So we got this now. So you have all your different sets of rails. We now have in the game to where you can place track. We'll show that later on, but you have 3-foot rails, your segments depending on which side your actual hand throw is on, and then you have your deck rail for your bridges and the 2 types of turntables. On top of that, we have your bridges, so that's your truss bridge that you can put down. You'll see some of those in a little bit, along with all the track work that we have on here. We have the facilities, which these are all placeable. What you see on my right is the sand tower and water tower. And we also have on my left, in this little area over here, is the firewood depot. Groundwork, that's your stone walls and your grades. You will see those, you can see them right now, but later along the line, you will see how much in depth we can go with it now. And I guess we'll go through the locomotives page and look at these locomotives.
Just to do something from the chat, switches are animated now.
Yes.
Would you like me to give a brief overview of all of the stuff which we have? Just
Yeah.
like
So just
what
tell
it
me when
is?
to switch pages, and I'll just sit right here.
All right. So first of all, we have a flat car. These are a range of 24 or 26 foot flat cars based off of designs for the Bodie and Benton Railway of California. This particular version is equipped with log bunks, and it can carry both logs and then big steel pipes, which is sort of like a late game commodity which you can make. So next page. We have several different versions of the flat car right now because we don't currently have it able so that you can like switch out.
I was gonna say, I believe that's something we're coming up
there.
with, is we're gonna have it able to, just be able to toggle it, correct? At least with like this one.
Eventually, we'll have it, but for the time being, everything is being sold as separate items in the menu. Here is a solid decked car with stakes, and then you can also get cordwood bunks as well as a separate modification. Very, 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 very handy for what needs to be hauled. Next one.
We to the next one. Stream's delayed.
Okay. So this is I think it's about a 20-ton, no, it's about a 10-ton capacity hopper car. These were made by someone named Kitsune with the base of the Bodie and Benton flat car underneath it. These are used for hauling your ores, your coals, anything else which can just be dumped. They have little release ports on the side so that you can choose which direction you want to unload it. Next, we have a tank car, also based off of the Bodie and Benton flat car. This one is, of course, for carrying oil, and we have it lettered as Coloco because Conoco, which is an actual trademark we couldn't get for the game, so we kind of came up with like a pseudo company called the Colorado Oil Company, so Coloco. We just thought it just kind of made sense.
Ooh. One of my favorites.
Next one. So here we have a 27-foot Denver and Rio Grande Class 3 boxcar. These were built in force back in the 1870s, and there were, I think, maybe about 2,000 of these built in total. These were all based off of earlier designs from, I think it was Bill Meyer and Smalls, which was the firm that made the 24-foot cars. The 24-foot cars, which are virtually identical to these ones except in the length, were eventually rebuilt into the 27-foot cars, and then these 27-foot cars were also later rebuilt into 30-foot cars to extend their lifespans. And so this is the 27-foot car. We may be able to shorten it down, and we may be able to stretch it out for the 24 and 30-foot cars as needed.
Oh, it looks like we have Andrew watching us, and he specifies there is
Mm-hmm.
Andrew.
Yeah. Andrew, he is Pharaoh Equine in the chat. He is a master resource on everything to do with Western Narrow Gauge, and he has been an indispensable source of help for the past couple months. And he's also just a really nice guy.
Yep. So this size 500 already built of 24-foot Bill Meyer and Smalls style cars.
Favorite.
Of the hand car.
Okay, so the hand car, I don't think I've ever actually gotten it to work properly in this version.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to test it out.
Still doesn't work yet. Yeah.
Still work in
it doesn't work
progress.
yet. I mean, honestly, I think it worked okay in the Unity version. So if we can get that same controllability around, but maybe allow it to go up like steeper grades than 1%, it would probably work.
More like any locomotive. That was the battle for the last 3 months, was just getting a locomotive to go uphill.
Exactly. So this is basically just for transporting crews from one area of the railroad to the next, especially when you do not have stations along the line.
Oh, I don't have any smokestack or headlight variants.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, 0. Yes, because there are none.
There we go.
Okay, so here is your Porter Type B040ST. These were manufactured by the firm of Porter and Bell in 1875. I believe there's a couple of these still in existence. This is basically your starter locomotive. This will be free for research instantly as you load into the game, and then these are pretty cheap. They do not have a good power output, and they do not have a good fuel capacity, but I mean, if you want to run like a really small industrial operation, you're free to run these for as long as you want.
They make great plant switchers at the sawmill or smelter or any location like that.
Yeah. I do prefer the 042s though. Those we'll get to.
More fuel.
So here is the 042 ST. It's basically just a little stretched version of the previous Porter with a fuel bunker on the back, same water capacity and everything. This will be your first upgrade if you want to go in that line for small industrial engines. Eventually, I might have to twist QMA's arm to get the actual as-built paint these things were delivered with as an option. Of course, you can get them in the black, which both versions are currently in, but Andrew, because he's very resourceful, dug out, I think it was for a little line in Nevada, where it was actually like gold and red lining on these things, and it looked incredible. So eventually we might be able to get that in.
That's Andrew for you.
Yeah, Andrew
It's
just...
like life. He finds a way.
Yeah. He is a wizard. All right, next we have a Class B28 Climax geared locomotive. As near as I could put it, these things were built in 1905. I can't really find what the exact engine this thing is based off of, but I think Bachmann took some inspiration from a similar engine for a G-scale model, which they made maybe about a decade or two ago. These things are pretty slow, but all Climaxes are. They're very, very powerful for their size, and they can outpull any other geared engine of a similar weight class. This is a perfect, like, heavy yard switcher, and then also this thing will be able to tackle very steep grades with pretty good loads. It's just very, very slow. All of the geared engines which we currently have in the game are in their modernized forms, so you can see that this thing, while it does burn wood, it does have an air compressor, it has a dynamo, it has everything.
Where's the dynamo?
You will want.
Where's air compressor?
The dynamo is
Dynamo's on
next
top
to
on
the
this
steam
one.
dome. The dynamo sound effects are very satisfying to hear, so I would
Yes.
definitely want to have either a Heisler or a Climax so that we can demonstrate that for the stream.
Oh boy, new stuff. Everyone
I
go
vote
hype.
Also-
Heisler.
Andrew is right, I'm a paint nerd. Okay, so here we have a Class 37 836 Heisler locomotive built by the Stearns Manufacturing Company in 1899. This is based off of West Side Lumber Company number 3, which still exists at the Roaring Camp and Big Trees Railroad as their number 2, the Tuolumne. This engine is definitely faster than a Climax, but it can't haul as much. That's just how Heislers were. Top speed would be maybe about 20 miles per hour, so you're getting into like the slower range of rod engines at that point. This thing was actually one of our babies during the initial testing stage of the Unreal update, so I have very fond memories of trying to coax this thing into action, but it actually works very well. This model was made by Peyton, one of our modelers who is not currently in the stream.
Oh boy, on to the next one.
Sure. I think I know which one it is.
Yes,
I-
you do.
Is it mine?
Okay.
It is. It is the Cookie
It's
Lab.
mine. My child.
Would you like to explain this one, or would you want to?
Sure. Sure, I shall explain this. So this is the Cook Class D12, if I'm not mistaken.
DI2.
Built 1883 for the Denver, South Park, and Pacific, originally speaking. This model depicts it all the way up until around 1904 when they got larger boilers. So this has 150 psi. All the features it had carried in between its time on the South Park all the way through to early CNS. So UPDNG, all those errors you can replicate. The textures on it right now are in-dev ones. They are not the final, just as a note. The
Don't worry
numbering,
about it.
yeah, you can do a lot of different things with it. Trying to think what else is there to say, really.
Oh, what else? Oh yeah, the lettering on here. You can write whatever in these things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that one actually you can't write on to the wheel, but besides that.
yeah, stack option, headlight options. There's a lot of good stuff on this. I'm
Also, I
very-
just noticed that the tractive effort calculations are still off, so we're going to need to fix that. That
Yeah.
thing should be outputting 12,061 pounds of tractive effort, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that.
Fun fact on these, one of them actually ended up going to the World's Fair in Chicago.
Yeah, that would be CNS number 9.
That's correct.
If
That
I'm
excellent
not-
result
yep.
ran on the Georgetown Loop and is currently just sitting around in Breckenridge.
Next Loco it is. Here comes
Okay.
everyone hype.
All right, here we go. The largest locomotive, which we currently have in the game, the Baldwin Class 1026E2 280. The Denver Rio Grande, which operated this specific version, labeled these as their Class 70s. What is wrong with the headlight? Oh, that's just the reflection. Okay, never mind. Crisis averted. So these were the big helper engines, which the Denver Rio Grande ordered for, especially around Cumbres Pass and I think Marshall as well. They ordered 12 of these. 3 of them are still in existence, and all 3 of them operate on a regular basis. So we are very blessed to have them. Heis, who is our
firing her right now, actually.
Yes, Heis is very familiar with the 6th one of this class to be built. It is his baby. Let's see.
Her original
Basically,
number
these
was
things are-
406, which
Mhm.
is, so if you're lettering one up for me, she's 406 in the DNRG. 346 is the NRGW.
So,
And her
how many
original
times
name was
have we-
Cumbres.
Yeah, how many times have we thrown Cumbres onto the ground?
Several.
Eventually,
Every time I've
uh,
seen him get his locomotive, it always ends up rolled.
Eventually, Mark, you will have to explain the story behind the track in the game known as Smells Like Kenosha.
Of course. We'll
I
get
think
there.
I actually had that the one with the. Actually, I don't know. I think it was on the stream or not. We'll do the last locomotive now, though.
So I've got some paint data for the other engines similar to the Class 70, so eventually, in a couple years, we can get other paint options in. So this is my little baby. I didn't build it, but I've been looking forward to this engine for a long time. This is a Baldwin Class 818C, drawing 4440, built in 1875. Of course, Eureka is the best known example of this, while 2 others do still exist. Yeah, Irk and Powell. These were just amazing little workhorses of the early narrow gauge, and I love them very, very, very much.
What number was it? 4 or 2?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, she's a 4.
There we go.
Speed. So I think the kerning on the cab lettering still needs to be fixed. But okay, go into the number plate, because
On
look,
the front.
yes, the font has been specifically designed, and it was a common font that all Baldwin engines until 1886 had the option of having. So, yay. I was very happy to get that done.
Yep. Alright, that's everything on our list. We got quite the selection of locomotives in rolling stock now, compared to a log car and a porter.
Yep.
Alright, let's see.
Okay,
Well, I've got
my-
the Kyrene hostled and ready to go if we want
What is that? Is that a locomotive running? It is.
Indeed.
I am actually able to load into the game now. Windows finally was like, hey, I want to actually do something instead of just sitting around doing nothing.
I guess we could kick that porter out of the way and grab some cars, or we could head out somewhere. What's up?
Is there?
What we
Do we
could
have?
do, though, there is 9 flat cars sitting at the sawmill that we can go grab and grab some logs.
Yeah, let's go do that.
All right.
Oh, Chuff still is not fixed. That makes me so angry.
That's all right.
As noted, this is a work in progress game, so
Yes. Alpha build. No
expect
baby
some.
raging in chat.
All right, I'm just gonna assume I have track warrant and time to the sawmill, and nobody else.
Yeah,
is
you
doing
do.
it, So.
Nobody else is running on trackage today, so. Albeit you're gonna need to stop at the Y so we can get you switched in.
Give me a little quilling whistle action.
Yes.
Very nice.
Find you guys once my game is like, hey, I'm gonna.
Oh yes, also, I think I can do it on this. I can change out the lights.
Yep. Don't mess with our safety gear though.
Safety, what's that? This is an arrow gauge.
Uphill slow, downhill fast, tonnage first, safety fast, moving across the
Zoom.
water, lower into sand, can stop the trains at the Denver and Rio Grande.
I will say this game is very nice just to even be just like a conductor or a person riding in a car. It's such a nice game to just sit and listen to the locomotive because it looks really good now.
It looks and feels wonderful when you get your head
Okay.
sticking out the cab and you see the jacket. It looks great.
Mark, can you stop up ahead?
Up ahead. Am I gonna get a car count, or am I just gonna pick a spot?
Before the switch.
Oh, that works.
You guys are still in the yard, or
No, we're already out in the main.
We are
Okay.
That's a nice
2/3 way
shot.
to the sawmill.
here I'm coming.
Clear forward.
I will
let
say
me go
textures are
check
doing a
ahead.
little bit of a weird thing right now, but I think that's because
Somebody
Yeah.
in chat asked where the sound's from, and I know where at least one of them is from, and it was kind of a hilarious moment for me. Am I good to cross the Y now?
Yeah, you're good to cross.
Okay,
I'm
we're
just letting all
heading across here. So.
Oh, here. Hold on. Here is your bridge work, and here's some of those stone fillings that we use to make everything look cleaner. So as you can see, first off, I want to include that all of this track you have to build. It is, you spawn in with a depot, and that's it. You have to build your track, your grade work, your fills, your decking, your everything.
Got to do the surveying and lay it out and all that.
I will do track animation when train passes.
Alright. Where am I
Alright.
clear to?
you're clear to the end of the yard. I've got you switched in, so you're gonna go into track 2 and then pass by the contest,
Okay, let me
Flat.
go ahead and throw this real quick.
and then you're just gonna back up, hook into them, and then we're just gonna get you out onto the main.
So now you actually have to click and drag. So you have to drag it in whatever direction it goes. But yes, track animation. So real quick, I'll just do it on the side here. This also isn't the main save, so we can kind of mess up this a little bit. But let's go ahead and grab groundwork, constant grade. So you would click and move, and that would be that. And then you can see the controls right there, so you can select your radiuses, your gradients, your
You want to get log cars?
curves.
Just saying.
Select.
Yeah, the log cars are just over on the products track.
Theoretically, that's a
did-
place track. So then you just go in here, click where you want to go your track, and everything binds. So if I
Right
did there
There.
and turn, you can see everything kind of auto locks
Yeah, I
in.
know, a little tight, a little tight.
There we go. And then we have your logging, which you can cut down trees now. So you're gonna have to go through
slow down a
and
bit, Mark.
cut. Oh wow.
You're gonna want
Okay.
to slow down.
Trees
Slow
are
down.
gone. Trees are kind of being spazzed, but it's good.
Okay, there we go.
You got a truck length to go forward.
Yeah.
Stop.
1510. So that's another thing that I. Yes, if curves are too sharp, you will derail.
Okay.
Um,
I can get the link on the flat car.
I'll just do it on
It's got
this.
no, it just needs a pin.
But this will show you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can put links in and drop pins. And links and pins now have, or so links have physics, So there is slack in your train now, and also you can snap links.
So I tied down the brakes on this lead car, so Mark, whenever you're ready to come back.
Alright, here we go.
Acknowledged.
How many cars am I good for?
About 3.
About 3.
About 3.
Two.
2 now.
1.
1.
A little more.
A little more.
One thing that's also being worked on as well is you'll notice that the wheels are still a little
Little more.
wobbly on the tracks.
Little more.
Come back a little more.
That's being worked on right now. We're working on tolerances to make it so the trucks can move around and
1
look
foot.
freely and kind of
1
do a
foot.
realistic sliding, but also not look spastic.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Release
Uh,
your brakes on lead car.
Alright, so we have to shove
I
back
think
out
we
the
have
yard,
a-
right?
Couple of broken links, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
No.
No,
where?
tie down the brake on the last car, and we can shove out at least, and then when we pull ahead, we'll see what's messed up. So
Alright, last car set.
Okay, so we have 1 here.
Yeah,
can
the
actually
last time I
fix
ran
this.
the save, I think I had 2 or 3.
Okay.
So
It's something about
if you haven't noticed for this game, it's not mandated. You can definitely be sufficient on your own, but when you have friends and a crew, it's a lot easier to coordinate trains like an engineer and a engineer, a fireman, and a conductor. You can run some pretty good ops and everything. I don't know if that is something planned. Are we looking at doing hand signals? I don't. That's more of a
Uh,
Hume thing than anything.
it's something that's potential for the future, but it's not like a priority.
Will this video be available after the stream? It will be up on my VODs. I'm not posting it anywhere. I may look at doing like a YouTube channel or something for this that I can just post the VODs and we can do like updates and stuff on. But as of now, this is just the first stream. It'll be up on my channel for 2 weeks, I think.
So, gentlemen, update on the links. So, I found we only have 1 snap link on the consist, and so Mark, if you would like to come back, I can get this car all connected.
okay, how far am I going back?
Maybe about 2 feet.
2 feet. Here we go.
You probably got slack you gotta account for though. Beautiful.
Capture.
Give me a little tug.
Stretching it. Oh, Johnson bar forwards. Real thin.
Stretching it and backwards.
Stretching it the wrong way.
You're good.
Good. All right. Shove back.
Does track work cost money to build? I saw you
Doesn't
didn't have to
matter.
spend. May just be a dev thing. I don't
We
believe.
still need to sort that out with QMA, because right now the only thing that costs money as far as wayside bits is deleting trees.
Yes.
And I think it would make more sense if it was laying track and rails. That's part of the balancing that we're going to work on before the...
Do you want the last car handbrake removed?
Yeah, if we got everything linked
Okay.
up, yeah, you might as well.
Woo! Game did not.
Just stay on that car though. Just
Yeah,
make sure.
protect my shove, please. That you
Got
don't want
you.
the Arizona and Colorado rule book here, so...
A lot of
Yep.
things that are. Oh, I'm loud. I just looked at my mixer. A lot of
Okay.
things that I looked at are for like that kind of stuff is in the
Cars
it's
to
kind of
switch.
development. So
Your
that's
cars to
stuff that
switch.
we're looking at that can be put in really easy. That is.
Stop.
So we're not looking at doing that yet. We're trying to make sure that everything functional in the game is stable, as well as all of our models are up to our community's high expectations.
All right. Looks
Um,
good.
Hey,
Anything good on your end, Tyler?
Yep, we're good back here.
personal
Alrighty.
point. Peyton wants to get back into the main dev chat.
All right. I'll handle that.
Okay.
Mark, you're free to highball.
Eyeball!
Up to the log camp, right?
To the log camp, and it's a stub in, if I'm correct on your save, yeah?
It's got a run around loop, and then we can turn Kyrene up there.
Using raw materials, wood, gravel, and dirt as components for construction of track and buildings. Oh boy. How easily do links break? There is probably a whole calculation to that because we have Physics Man that does insane amount of work to make sure that everything we have is as realistic as possible, so...
Less easy than the current game as it sits, actually, from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, no, you can snap them pretty easily. I mean, if you're responsible with the train, it's not that big a deal, but if you're slamming your cars and all that, it's going to be a problem.
I'm not saying it's less bug-prone, at least, than American Railroads is, so... feels better. I mean, with proper train handling, I've never broken one, so...
I do enjoy not having a speed cap on these locomotives now. How much will the sim cost? As stated earlier, it's probably... we don't have a range yet. It's to be determined.
Yeah, still to be announced.
Yes, so that is stuff that...
Stay patient and we'll see it. So.
That is a QMA call, that is not as much an ACAR. QMA is the owner of the game, so we're not going to be putting anything out there that we don't want, because we don't want to say something and then...
Words in his mouth.
Yeah, say something and then flipped around. I will say if you're following Pine River, not American Railroads, Railroads Online is on Steam, and they do post announcements to that Steam page. So if you're not following on that Steam page, I would suggest going to Steam and following that, because there is an announcement about the release and all of that, including the trailer that has been released. Do you think the locomotive customization would ever consider adding and changing locomotive whistles? I have suggested that. I still never got an answer on it.
I hope
No,
so.
that's something where we've talked about it, but the you need different whistle models, and so it's
that's
one of the
something
things
we can
where
do as well. That's a
we could
dictionary.
do it, but it's, you know, right now it's not a priority. Albeit, I do kind of want to put the
I want a 3-chime.
Santa Grande.
Lukenheimer.
The Santa Grande whistle.
We are lined into the log loading through a train set curve. So.
Yep.
I can help with that, gentlemen. But yes, we definitely need a raspy power 3-chimes.
It is set, and no, you cannot. It's set terrain, but you cannot make your own terrain. The only terrain options you have is what you see on this menu, which is your groundwork, your, what you see right here, and then stone and variable grades. It's something that we're looking at, but do not get hopes up on that, as we are trying to. Like I said, this is early access. I'll throw the handbrakes on the last car.
Easy, boy. Whoa there, boy.
Full and slack.
Okay, about half a car length.
Half a car.
Truck length.
Truck.
And stop.
That'll be...
Good.
Right. Loading
Alright.
front car. And then if somebody wants to pick the other crane, it will be every other car.
Is this game general? Oh, I already answered that. With that, it's something that we noted down, but what I do want to say to everyone that is still here is this game, yes, we are looking at releasing it. It is still an alpha game. We're only a team of about, I want to say, 8 people on a good day, 7 people on a good day. So, and from there we only have 1 or 2 people that are really looking at the base game itself and not just modeling and stuff like that. Yes, it is helpful to have a brakeman. So with that said, all of your inputs are really good, but a lot of them have to be put on hold until we can make sure that this base game, as good as it seems right now, we've spent the last 5 months with some of the stuff that's still here, just fixing bugs, making it realistic, brakes, making your grades, everything. Because we're running on an actual physics calculation rather than just a generated engine. And also, as you guys seen and known with the current game, the wheels are interacting with rails here. It's not a trains kind of thing where it's just following a path. You need standardized pull in the pipe size interchange whistle models.
Peyton is talking about actual real whistles, where you have some whistles that are actually on 1.5-inch pipe, or some that are on 2-inch pipe, or some that are on boiler thread. So if you're to make a model of a DNR GW5, for example, it wouldn't necessarily fit exactly, just drop in place versus
Clear
a
ahead, one
physical
car length.
One
Releasing your
car.
brakes.
Uh,
Good to go.
Randolph, you wanted this max 2%, right?
Yeah.
Will the game be
20
limited to 3 foot, or do
25,
you want to go up to
26
standard
degree.
gauge? As of now, just keep 3 foot.
Half a car.
Half car.
Truck length.
Truck
Brakes on
length.
in the back.
And stop. So
Stop.
I've been debating standard gauge for a while, and I personally don't think it would be a good idea. My reasoning for this is that there's just too many examples in American standard gauge to pull from, that if we were to try to do like a comparable size tech tree to what we currently have now, which is about 80 engines, we'd be missing so many things that, I mean, you can't really get a good comprehensive look at American standard gauge. And
Like, that
then
was one of the
also-
reasons why the name changed as well, is we just wanted to have, or at least
Exactly.
the team wanted to have a general name that we can include all types of railroadings. And as far as I know, and the team can correct me as wrong, we are, as we are on Steam and we're getting approved for our page now, we're looking at having a workshop area on it to where people can make and upload their own stuff to go in game. Standard
Yep.
gauge is not out of the picture. It is just not something that we as a dev team here are focused on, at least for a while. And I'm saying months or even possibly years. Just because
Probably more in the years.
yeah, more in the years. I mean, this game has been in development, what, 3.5 years now?
Still
yeah,
stand
something
by
like
my opinion. That's not to say that also other countries are entirely out of the
Yes.
Workshop
running
gives
as
the,
far as
the
workshop
players,
goes.
The ability to do anything you want to do. If there's a workshop, you're going to be able to do your own structures and your own track models and your own locomotives and cars, and anything that's in the base you can replace with your own gauge or country theme or whatever you want to
So
do.
if not standard, what about 2 foot? 2 foot came up a lot of times, but that is another thing that's going to be like the workshop. We're handing a lot of these gauges that aren't 3 foot off to workshop. I mean, hell, people on the workshop can make 3 foot gauges as well, but if you can see where we're going with this, we're opening up the game as a platform for you to do what you want with this super in-depth detail, physics engine, graphics, all of that.
But for the time being, we're going to try and make American narrow gauge, 3 foot narrow gauge, the best we can have it. Clear 3 car lengths.
3 cars. My whole thought about this is that American 3-foot gauge is a small enough scope that you can
2 car
reasonably,
lengths.
2 cars. You can reasonably get all of it to such a way that people will be happy with it
1 car.
without leaving things out. 1 car.
Yeah,
Whereas
that,
anything else would be too much or too
half a
little.
car.
Half car.
Truck length
Truck
and
length.
stop.
That'll do.
Yeah, as I said
Brake set.
before, people will be, well, maybe a little bit hurt in greater quantities with standard gauge than with 3-foot gauge. Their favorite thing doesn't make it into the game, so that's why I think that focusing on a smaller scope is going to be better for us, because then you're perfectly free to do what you want in the workshop.
If you think about the original ERS 2004, 2006, you gotta remember your steam engine choices for like a big boy and a Rio Grande standard gauge consolidation, and then
Mallard and Flying Scotsman.
famous, world locomotives, and that was it, so this
Alright,
way
we
you
got
can
some
get a much better...
questions. Standard gauge would require different calculus. That's just a comment. Not something that I'm expecting you guys to look in now or anytime in the near future, but would you consider adding cog rails and cog locomotive onto running crazy gauge, such as the Washington Cog Railroad?
The interesting thing about cog railways is that they are a small enough scope where we could possibly attempt it, but we're not looking into it right now.
What do we have, 70 plus locomotives planned?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
I
going to have
doubt
plenty
it.
of
I
content.
doubt that every single one will get made. There will be some chopping at some point.
Maybe. We will see. But even with cog railways, I would think maybe about a good 10 or so would do it for American, because you've got some Baldwin examples which they built, and then you've got, the Washington. Okay, clear ahead, 1 car length.
1 car.
Will there be more industry change in the future? You have not seen anything yet because we're just doing logging because that's the first thing. I believe there is 10 industries we can do now, if I'm not mistaken.
I can get my notes on.
Truck length.
If you can check that real quick, but
And
I mean, we have quite a bit of things that you can do.
And the industries
got-
will get more refined in the future. Like, there's only one industry that really outputs boxcar loads, and we'd really like to have some more. You don't have to like start. Of course, everybody starts with logging, but you don't have to do specifically logging to do everything else down the chain.
Question
Where
for
there's
later.
There's an agricultural one that starts like a stockyard or a farm.
Down
Yeah,
the
so-
line, is there weather? Any weather looking at being implemented? I
We would like
believe.
to.
I was gonna say I believe that was something that we're looking at doing because Physics Man said that there was a chance he wanted to do like wheel slip calculations with wet rail
Yeah,
and
there's
sand.
been discussions about day and night seasons and
Day and night and
weather,
seasons
so-
was already supposed to. I think because the only reason I say I think that was something that we're settling on is because Physics Man was doing calculations for like temperature variations and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to note, current number of industries in the game is 9.
Okay.
That includes stuff like the logging camp, the freight house. You've got iron and coal mines. You've got, I'll just run down the list here. In order of what you typically go to, you've got the logging camp, the sawmill, iron mine, smelter, coal mine, oil wells, ironworks, refinery, and a freight house. So it covers a lot of the different industries that these sorts of operations would handle. There are a few notable exceptions, including passengers, which is something that we have noted. If you read the scene page, is something that we will be trying to include in the next year or so of development.
Is there a plan for a brake van before release? Not
Caboose?
that I know,
we have a model for a caboose. I need to work on it.
It's done. It needs to be unwrapped.
Done.
Can confirm it's very cozy.
Will the
I will
map
say-
/ industries be randomly generated, or is there one set vanilla map? There's one set vanilla map, and there's set places where industry is, but
Pull up
there
the mini map for him, why don't you?
we have a
Yep.
mini map.
Press
Yeah,
M.
we do. Press M.
No way.
Oh wow. Nice.
Y'all didn't know that?
You can see
You,
map.
you all didn't check the patch
Maybe
notes,
not.
did you?
It's been there for
Okay,
several
Clear
months.
had one car.
One car.
What is the question?
So, as far as random generation goes, that would be a very interesting concept. It could possibly be done, especially with the success of other games like Minecraft, which have that have the car length,
Half
truck length,
truck.
and stock.
That's a very short half car.
How sensitive
um,
are engine brakes? It depends. It
Yeah.
depends what patch you're on.
But so random generation,
Oh, wait,
we
look.
don't exactly know how it would go, but I think it
Car
would be
flex,
cool
if you look at the car when
if
they
we
load
could get it
log.
in. It could be cool because then it's like a different experience every single time, but it has to be within the bounds of reason because we don't want like Mount Everest just all in one map and like deep chasms where it's impassable. But then again, you can just like delete that save. We will think about it, but of course, there's absolutely no telling when anything
I
like that
believe
comes
Freight
out.
House outputs to the depot. Am I
Freight
right on
house
that or no?
Freight house just
Freight house is a
consumes anything.
universal sell point.
Yeah.
Oh, Freight
You
House
could
is the
take
depot.
your logs
okay.
to the freight house if you want.
Mhm.
It's honestly better because the industries will fill up with products, and then you will not be able to deliver any more.
So yeah, on this on this run down to the sawmill from the log camp, you'll see how when we put logs in, there will be an output from that industry, which I believe is planks and beams, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think I've already
Yeah.
filled it up before this.
Lumber and beams.
Yes,
yeah.
and then those
Do
go
we
to its
wanna
respective
run-
industries.
Do we
there's
want to
a-
run Kyrene around?
Yeah,
we're in the foul actually. If you come up to the head ends,
We should back this up just a tiny bit, like half
once
car
we're
length.
loaded, we gotta shove
Yeah.
back a half car. But there's a desire for
done
our
loading.
cameraman to be running the train at this point. So
Is there?
Tyler, why don't
Oh,
you
boy.
take
Yes.
it? You got requested in the chat to run.
Okay.
All right, I will conduct.
But
That would be
Bug,
the
yes,
maestro.
we
I
are
have
no
not
longer
ran your rig
doing
yet.
massive loads of logs on cars like that, just because with multiplayer and physics simulations, you're already having so many calculations done for inter-car interaction, where if you had loaded cars with a bunch of logs on them, just physics loaded, it would lag out all of your partners. So just for the sake of the online experience, yes, there's a maximum load for each car, and all the loads are just parented to the cars.
Not only
rather
that,
than
when you
the
pick up a
physics.
load from your tender or anything like that, it's 5 logs now instead of tossing one by one. Are we clear back?
Yeah, you're clear back. Go
Yeah, you're
have
clear back.
fun so you can hit clear on the switch.
What about AI trains? No. That
Not
was-
this time. It
that was a-
may be in the future,
That'd
but
be an interesting code.
That's not even on the roadmap, but
Yeah, it's
not
not on
planned.
the-
Yeah.
It's everything's a
Okay.
possibility. I think we have a suggestions channel. Truck.
We do.
Stop.
All right, you are clear ahead when you want to disconnect Kyrene from her train. Or
probably
run around.
secure that.
Are we disconnected?
Yep,
You have at
go
least
forward.
40% of the handbrake set. If not, you're violating the rule book.
Oh Jesus.
It's my rule book, not your rule
This
book.
is an Arizona railroad. Can you sit in the
Arizona.
Look, I
cab?
can get my
here,
rule book
then.
out. It's from 1907.
I think we are looking at having some sort of way to like vary your height.
Yeah, it's something there, but
There is a lean keys with T
Yes,
and
so-
R, so you can lean out the cab window, and you can rebind those sort of keys you want. But
yeah.
Peyton would like to comment.
None of the modelers on the team have any experience with sculpting or doing organics, much less player models. So you'll have to wait for us to do like cosmetics or different player models or anything like that.
Actually, I think-
Like,
Do the
somebody
windows
has to
open?
foster
Oh yeah, they
those
do.
skills.
Anything in the natural world scares me.
Yeah,
Tender length,
unpredictable.
truck length, and clear. All right, clear back. Bro.
Let's
Will there be a way to
see.
players to complete the same map but with different compete with same map but different company? I'm not too sure. I get what you say, but I don't know how to explain it, so I'm gonna leave that off to someone else.
still working on the aspect of companies and how profit sharing and all that sort of stuff will
Oh,
work.
man.
That's,
We need
Yes,
to redo these
I-
textures.
Yeah.
we're not at that point yet. We're still figuring out how making sure all the loads work and the industries work and trains work as intended. So
We really
Back
need
in
to
March.
redo these gauge textures.
Yeah, this model is being completely redone later.
Okay.
Back in March, I came up with a giant like essay on like the potential roadmap for development and like ideas for stuff like that. So as far as competing companies, I did generate some ideas in there, but those are yet to be much less implemented than like seriously discussed. We are thinking about it because, of course,
Where is
not
angle
everybody
cogs?
will want to play in the same company together. So, I mean, we will think about it.
I think it should be noted that most of us grew up with a certain game called Railroad Tycoon 3.
Mhm.
Which,
First person, Railroad Tycoon 3. Or
yeah,
this is
basically
Railroad
our
Tycoon
childhood.
3.6, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, great.
it's for Tycoon, but it's not. I mean, there's also bits of a lot of other games we all love there too. So that's the cool thing
Tyler,
about
you'll probably want to get to the turntable.
Hmm?
Yeah, this is a login railroad.
Are
You have
we
a-
turning?
You had the money for a turntable up here?
Yes,
Just run
I
out the
do.
train, put it on the point, and
I guess we're going
I
to the
don't
turntable.
trust the drawbar.
It's worth
I'm
it.
gonna
Okay,
be honest.
turntable time.
Any plans for randomization of load texture / model?
That, honestly, it's a very good idea. It's just a matter of needing to put in the time to do that. It would be very nice.
yeah, agree.
I'm always for that randomization to really give it, like, the non-repeating feel.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, I do
Grand
believe
gondolas.
we're also, I mean, like Jesus, I cannot speak. I was gonna say, I believe we're looking at new trees as well, like different variations of trees and stuff like that.
I think
Come back a little
the
bit more.
asset pack that we're using, it also has a couple of aspens, maybe a
Go forward.
cottonwood, and it has a fir, and also I think it has a pine where it's like the branches are cut off, and like 75% of the tree is just trunk, so they're
Okay.
a little bit taller. I don't know what you call those. They're also pine trees, but not your typical.
Are we wheel slipping?
Eventually, also, redwoods. I
One.
would kill for
Yeah.
a redwood forest
That
from
would
Northern
biome
California.
would be hog.
There we go.
Very
It would be massive hog with
It would
massive
be all the
walls.
massive trees.
QMA has posted and announced on the Steam page for the game that there are going to be multiple maps ultimately, so I would imagine that a redwood forest would be a good idea for
I was
one.
I actually brought up the point I was gonna bring up. Awesome. I was gonna say I believe there was a thing of like multiple variations that like you're not just gonna be stuck with one set map. But I mean the map is 16 by 16 kilometers if I'm right. Let's open that up.
Yeah, it's 16 by 16 kilometers.
It is
16 or
16
4 by 4.
kilometers square, which is a 4x4 square for the
Oh, it is. Oh wow,
Atlantic
we're
of
going.
it. It feels huge. Don't get us wrong. I mean, we could try and fly around the map for you. I mean, there's enough valleys and mountains in it that it's huge, and at a walking speed or even at locomotive operating speed, it takes a long time to get around. So it's actually about the perfect size for
Say
the
again?
amount of players we have.
Stop. All right,
Good.
here we go. We
Spin me right around.
no tango dinero.
Oh.
That's gonna be the motto of my company.
Our
I have
shade
no
locomotive
money.
planned, yes.
Yes, we
There's
do have
quite a
plans to
few
You
do
get
as
that.
asked
well.
that quite
And
often, yeah.
They will. I think Kyume wants to do one pretty damn soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he really wants one. I
It's
don't want
just
to
a
do
question
one.
of
Is
which
there any
one. Which
questions
one?
with
I don't
this?
want to do it either.
No.
I did
Uh,
the Heisler, and that was enough geared for me.
Jeez, it
Which
scared
is
me.
fine.
My
Do what you wish,
brain-
brother.
It's like, what was it? I'm afraid of no one, but that thing, it scares
Wait.
me.
It scares me.
Hang on a
yeah,
second.
it really do.
Oh yeah, you actually have to
really do
line the
like that.
turntable up. Don't derail.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I am
good.
trying my best to get it lined.
That's
Okay, come forward.
Tyler, do you want me to just stick like some random 1% in here to kind of?
I think we have. I think we're gonna go. Oh, you're out the other Tyler. Sorry.
Yeah, other time.
Oh,
Confusement.
confusement.
Tyler. Okay, so Arizona man, do
Yes.
your regulations allow for floating switch stands like this?
I see nothing wrong here.
There is nothing wrong.
There
Like-
is no
like,
floating
as
switch
long as
stand
the
in
wood doesn't
boxing,
rot,
say.
it's fine by my
Definitely wrong.
laws.
Yeah, we'll probably derail a train and re-rail it.
There
I
is
think
no
no
floating
floating
switch stand in
switch
boxing, say.
Okay. It's got to be OSHA approved.
Now open angle cocks. There we go.
Those are still
Yes,
under
indeed.
cuts, not the angle cuts.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Ah, cylinder cocks. I'm.
Yes, indeed.
Been brain locked.
Oh, if you can't tell, others can control your locomotive within.
Yeah.
Within a certain radius. I got the whistle stuck by accident.
Are we
Good
clear?
job.
But I've been
Nope.
playing around with the coiling, so you can really make it talk. Cast again. Mhm.
Are we
Still
clear?
got the tender.
Fuck me.
Yeah, keep on coming.
Oh,
forward.
there's the switch stand. I was like, I passed one already. What are you on about?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
It's almost like you're in a
Keep
yard.
on coming.
Okay.
And clear.
Oh, hello, brakes.
I will say, I'm really glad I came onto this team because I love the community, I love the game itself, and then also I've made very good friends who are all in this chat, and I love them to death.
Missing mate.
Same for
We are missing mate.
We're missing
we
the
are.
physics man.
We're missing the there is no mercy.
Yes.
So we have
The,
mercy right now.
With
the
blast your
Emperor
face off with
himself.
Steam.
Anyhow, I've put a link and pin in the tender, so
Alright. I am standing by, ready to drop the pin when you get
Two
over.
question: Will there be time passing? I'm not saying day night, but like years passing. Going off first question, if yes, of course, will locomotives be available? But hold on, I'm trying to
Well,
locomotive and answer
so-
questions.
No, I got him.
Okay.
So basically, the way that the team has expressed things is that we're going to do things by XP, basically. So as you rank up, unlock the
Oh
later
yes, no set
locomotives.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to
Yeah.
run a fleet of the old beautiful 1870s Baldwins, go for it. If you want to end up with nothing but K-37s like some of us, like myself, then go for it. So that's
Yeah.
the ultimate hope.
This is the greatest freedom that can be had in the game if the game doesn't force you to do anything.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
everybody's
who
happy.
knows? Maybe in the future we'll have super hardcore mode where
Tender length.
400 4 hours to start up a locomotive, and it's a year-based system. But for right now, we're giving everybody the freedom to do what they want. And
Drop. Oh, wrong key. Okay, capture. All right, let's get the brakes off. And let's take this down to the... Okay, checking brakes.
Give little tug. There we go.
I'm not sure what the whistle recording is from, but as I alluded to
All right,
earlier,
brake set.
the air compressor recording is from Eureka. I remembered hearing the air compressor recording from the game for the first time
Does this
and
have
went,
the?
no air compressor sounds like that. No, literally no air compressor sounds like that. And then I was at the Grande Tech 2 weeks ago and saw the Eureka in person for the first time. They fired up the air compressor and I went, well, I'll be darned.
Well, that
That's
sounds
exactly
familiar.
what it sounds like.
Yep.
No other air compressor sounds like that.
I
but that's
cannot
how
light the
Eureka sounds.
headlight.
Let me see.
You
There
gotta
you go.
open the door
Bruh.
first. You gotta open the
The
door
whistle
first.
recording
Light it.
for Eureka does seem to be correct.
When will the
mean,
Oahu
it's-
and
it's your
DNRG
standard-
locomotives be added?
That's a
Whenever
big
we
question,
feel
isn't it?
like it. That's a really asshole thing to say. No, it's we have a tech tree. We're kind of working with it. As of now, we're just trying to fill gaps to make the game feel smooth, and then from there we'll kind of work on what we individually want. And
Yeah, it's mostly a game of what role needs to be filled. You know, do we have this wheel arrangement? Do we have something in this power size? So we might end up with some weird gaps for a little bit, but as we add more locomotives, it'll smooth things
28.
over and we'll get options.
Are we
so-
clear to go?
Yeah,
we're
you're clear.
boy.
Tyler is of course working on a Baldwin Class 11D Drawing 1, 060, built for the Bell's Gap Railroad of Pennsylvania, and that is very similar and can be turned into Denver Rio Grande engines, as a matter of fact, into the Class 35 260s like Tapawachi and Shuano and Huerfanos and Los Animas. So you can get DNRG engines. It's just Tyler is to work on them, but he's very busy.
We're all very busy with our
Yes.
studies.
Yes,
Other-
we're
I
all
just
very
moved into a new house. People are in college. I'm in college. We all have our own things. We are none of us other than Kume are full-time developers on this game.
Yep.
I do machining and welding, and I'm in trade school for that. So I work in actual job hours.
I'm stuck breaking all the records at my school. Because
I'm a railroad signal engineer in the Northwest. So.
And I am a double major in history and musicology.
I'm an aviation
Yeah.
maintenance technician and aviation mechanical engineer. Well, student. I keep wanting to reach for my train brake. Playing too much trains.
Alright, it's just a 1% down, so should be
No
pretty
grades
fine.
I need to worry about. Alright.
It's just a 1%. It's not bad.
Someday will
1%.
we
I
have
mean,
larger
1%.
map? We do not. Oh, that's
Oh yeah. From what I've read, Unreal 4 it can go up to, I think it's 256 or 512 kilometers squared, which is ridiculous. But that's just loading everything at once. If you were to break up the map into load sections and then load around the player based on like say 10-kilometer radius or 5-kilometer radius or whatever to make it more reasonable. Technically, the map size will only be limited by what the server can handle, loading players from different areas and what storage you have.
put it this way: with the current map, 4x4 kilometers or 16 kilometers squared, it took me 45 minutes to run from the sawmill to the coal mine via the route that I laid to get there, and
Yeah,
that was just
so fast, but it is
the
okay.
one industry. So this map is actually a great size for the amount of players.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's comfortable. Like, it's enough to have you run and do all that, but at the same time, it's not like running, which I do that as well, where, you know, if I have a load, it's a 3-hour long haul to get to
Yeah,
where I'm
it's
going.
a good size. You're never gonna be like, oh god, I have to pull down this track for, an hour and a half. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you still get a little bit of a, oh, I'm running through the scenery and it's pretty and all that kind of thing.
When y'all
That
get
was a
done with
nice go.
You can venture over here on doing some ground work. Hold on, let's see how that's done.
All right. We're almost at the sawmill, so we'll do switching off here.
I will let someone take over running the train if someone wants to.
I'd like to.
All right,
Oh,
Eric,
yeah,
you want
both
to come on
track
board?
miles.
Yes. Give.
You got train, you got controls,
I have train.
you have train. Damn, sound like we're on a plane.
Well, that's how we run things here. Totally.
Alright,
There we go.
I guess we've been answering all this time, but I guess we'll go ahead and go to the Q&A portion, even though we've been doing it the whole time. But if y'all have questions, I mean, now's your time to ask. Other than if you're going to ask how much the game is. What is the maximum gradient of track you can lay in the game? I don't actually know if there's a max.
10%.
Oh, is it 10? Okay.
Yeah, that's because that's the max you can do with fills right now.
Yeah, that's Phil's size, but I don't know if you could just lay track up the side of the mountain or not. I haven't tried that.
I think
Maybe.
you can.
Hold on, let's see.
Let me go experiment.
Oh, Mark.
I will gladly try and lay a 30% grade.
Bruh.
Wait, let me go
The
get
Uinta
Yeah, you-
shall rise again.
You can lay. I have laid a stupid. It's happened.
we
Oh, you can do custom, okay.
All right, who step right up? Step right up. Who can climb up this 45% incline?
More break.
Will the workshop
Yeah,
allow
it
for
should be
custom
clear.
sound add-ons? That is to be determined. If you guys can mess with the files, then of course. I don't think we're going to make any part of this game
Oh, for God's
locked
sake.
in the sense of, like, you're not allowed to mess with it, so I'm sure if you can figure out how to do it.
I think the map is probably the one thing that.
Oh,
probably can't
like,
be
okay,
messed
the
with
models
easily.
will probably stay locked so someone can't just yoink our models, and the
Yeah, that's true.
coding
Yeah,
will probably be
the-
locked. But I mean, like, your sound files, all your textures and stuff like that, I'm sure you'll be able to edit and make your own railroads and such.
So,
But,
question:
you
What
know,
are we
it'll
doing with
depend.
this train?
I was gonna say put it in the log pond. We
I
have
think
enough room for.
is the log pond full?
It's 62 out of 100, so you can put
Logs.
6 or 7 card for. So you'll have 2 or 3. We can run those back to the freight house if we want to. Or that, or you can throw them into the.
Can you multi-track
field.
drift a geared locomotive on multiple tracks? Oh wow, that is a track segment. Oh, oh no.
Like I said, you could just lay track up the side of the mountain.
Dude, a hand car on this one.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
No.
I've never seen this.
No.
I didn't realize you could even do it, but you
This-
can. So
This is rough. Alright, Roller Coaster Tycoon is now Railroads Online. Big Thunder Mountain, anyone?
Yeah. I'm guessing.
Oh, did you snap a
you
link?
probably,
Or did you cut a car?
No, we didn't cut a car.
Oh, well, you left behind 4 cars.
Oh, I think. Eric, did you cut a car? Okay, somebody probably did cut a car.
They may have.
Eric, you're gonna need to stop in a second here. Okay. Yeah, it works.
You're right down that track.
Tyler, you might want to demonstrate how you unload.
I'm good down here. No, I'm coming up. What's up?
No, I'm gonna be king of the pond. You can't stop me.
No.
King of the
Does it
pond.
not highlight anymore? Oh, there it is. Then you go yeet, yeet.
Are you requesting
you
that
will
your flagman return from the west?
That's what he's doing.
He whistled 5 times, so.
I am king of the pond. Fear me.
I will achieve valve float on steam locomotive with grade like that. I am determined to do so. Boy. Get run over by log. Would it be possible to add custom fonts for locomotives and cars?
On.
That's some unreal wizardry that needs to happen.
Oh, log is pushing me into the pond.
Yes, coming to my
You
domain.
still
I
have
will.
the issue of actually being affected by
We're gonna
it.
start rolling logs off of the.
That's my working theory on why the text was like around it and kind of got awful.
Alright, you're unloaded. Glad I don't have to dodge falling logs anymore. Yeah, that was one thing I was a little worried about it. I was like, oh, we're getting rid of the individual logs, but at the same time, there's just no way to keep that expectation, so. And I'm not too fond of it, so.
Yes, you can double head in this game.
It's not recommended at times, but you know, you can.
Indeed.
You just need to strengthen the drawbars.
Will the sawmill fill up where you can't add any more logs at a certain... Yes, actually, if you look right here, there's a log. It's too bright. There you go. We're at 92 out of the 100 logs, and the sawmill will slowly, over time, eat up and produce lumber, which you can see it's fully produced lumber, so it's not going to eat anything. And then over here, it produces beams. And then those go to its respective... So, like, beams go to mines, and I don't know where else they go. I think they just go to mines. Mines is the depot,
Yeah.
and then somewhere else. And then planks go depot, and anyone else know where the planks go? I don't remember.
Let me get on my notes here.
I thought they were supposed to go to the factory though.
They may
Right.
go to the factory.
they
I'm not
Don't,
sure.
they don't now, I think. Unless I'm mistaken.
Fly
So
switching.
the beams and lumber go to the oil wells,
Ah, yes.
the iron mine, the coal mine, and
Actually-
then the freight house.
I'm wondering if we should... Is there any train that we can run up to the other industry or your main yard?
Yeah, we could run. I guess we could just.
Because
run
they've only
Kyrene
seen
up.
the logging stuff, and that's the only thing that's available. I want to show them some of the new industries.
Yeah, we can run Kyrene up to the end of the track.
Is that sitting in your yard?
No, Kyrene is the one we used.
Oh yeah, that's...
So
Okay,
we
let's
just sent
see.
these cars over, which them back to
I
where
would
they
think
were.
the output of the mill is static. The logs are just a supply for the mill.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I'm back.
Howdy, welcome back.
I had a serious connection problem, which is why I kept on doing danger signals.
Will
But
there
every-
be customizable signs that you can label industries? Peyton is working
Yes,
on that,
that-
yes.
Uh-huh. Yep, we're working on it. That reminds me, Peyton, you need me to do a font?
Are water
Um,
injectors a mechanic in the game? If so,
really-
does injecting water into the boiler affect boiler pressure?
It's like a thin DNRGW Roman or like a block lettering, that's what it is. There's really nothing fancy going on.
Okay.
Having actually
Water
seen them in person.
water injectors are a factor in that the locomotives have a constant demand for water from their tenders, and that's about it, and or from their saddle tanks of their tank engines. there's no manual control over injectors, and they don't affect pressure right now.
As of, was that something we were looking at doing, or is that something that we've decided not to because we wanted to keep it friendly? So
It's down the road, if anything, but right now it's just keeping it friendly for anyone. So you're focusing more on operating the train rather than firing, because if you add firing in, it gets quite complicated for people that want to play solo. So.
do you plan on adding ore cars that aren't coal cars, sort of the DM and IR style?
DM and IR is standard gauge, so probably not that. There isn't any heavy, like, steel narrow gauge ore cars which we know of.
Yeah, the CEBT
Okay,
is
well,
the largest that we're talking about.
The side dumps or the high sides from the
Yeah.
DRG.
High sides are very good, but you have to get the slider rotary dumper to make them feasible.
Yeah.
Of course, Andrew's going on about which cars he wants.
Will there be an option
Yeah,
for a
well-
world to be pre-built, and will we be able to share save files? So actually, good point on that. This is not my save. This is other Tyler's save that he's sent to me, and you can, you know, swap a file out because you have 10 saves. So saves
Hello.
are interchangeable.
Crazy.
And will there be an option for world to be pre-built? All the worlds are built as is. And if you're asking if it's pre-built as in track, no. So you have to build the track, you have to build the fills, you have to build your bridges, you have to connect the industries, buy cars. That's your thing. You spawn into a world that needs a railroad, and you provide the railroad.
Hey, Andrew, Northwestern Pacific 02.
Oof.
Okay, let's see here. Will workshop maps be a thing?
Yes.
If
Perhaps.
we go to actual voxel terrain, it's easier because it's not fake. You'll still have to go through, I'd imagine. The problem is this terrain that we have right now is like the default terrain for Unreal, and you have to go through the Unreal editor to actually create it. But I could see in the future if we go the route of voxel terrain, because you can do all the stuff in game, you could just start with a blank canvas and then paint a map like World Painter and then save it.
Is there any plans for color customizations for locomotives, for example, making a boiler black or changing the color of the wheels?
That's an Eric question.
Okay, so this is a me question. So that would probably be a workshop thing. If you wanted to create a scheme which is entirely your own, you can make it hot pink, you can make it bright purple, whatever you want. But, the game, we're trying to be pretty much focused on historical accuracy. So what we find was actually put on there is what we're going to get, and of course there's going to be some options, like at least with let's say the Eureka 440, for example. I found about 4 different styles, which is a specific combination of line work and painting that Baldwin put on their engines from the era. And you could get like one of the 4 styles, and maybe there's like a couple different sub-variants which have like certain details which you can swap out, which don't really change the entire style itself, but you know, it's just like extra details on the domes or whatnot. So that's probably about as how far we're willing to go in the base game for that. You're welcome to create whatever paint schemes you wish in the
And
workshop.
yes, you may
but-
sit inside boxcars.
You
Uh-huh.
may open the doors. You may do anything.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in
Whoa.
them now.
You're welcome. I modeled the interior of the boxcar.
You are now
Very good.
hobo.
You are now straggler.
So
will
as far
we
as
get achievements?
They're not in game yet because it's so early access. Like when the game's polished up a little more,
Hobo
there's a little
simulator.
more to do. Then we'll actually make some achievements, I'm sure.
I think.
as far as-
Actually, yeah, Peyton just got the achievements question.
Yeah.
As far as making the boiler black, this is the last thing for that one question. If we're talking about Russia iron, that's a workshop thing because it would have historically had Russia iron or American iron from that period, and that's what you got. You got this high, almost mirror reflective Planish iron cladding because back then you didn't have paints which could withstand in the intense heat of the boilers. They would crack, they would flake off very, very, very quickly. So they made a paintless version, which is just the bare metal, but they made it look really good. I remember there was an anecdote from a book called Going Railroading, which was the accounts of Sam Spies, who was an engineer on the Denver South Park and Pacific back in the 1880s, and they employed teenagers in the roundhouse just to wipe down the engines to make them look absolutely spotless, especially with the Russia Iron Jacket. One of our other friends, Daniel Gollery, who works with Glenbrook at the Nevada State Railroad Museum, he regaled us with tales of how he polished Glenbrook's jacket for like an entire day until he got it to like a mirror-like shine. So that's what was historically there.
We have a few people we've worked with who have had the pleasure of cleaning these jackets.
There's a reason they changed to painting in black, I'll tell you that much.
But there is an undeniable charm which comes with the bare metal from this era. Now, isn't
There
there?
is also an undeniable chaos in trying to model it.
Yeah.
I've
His
got a
third
series
person
of
died.
pictures. I have a series of pictures of 491 when we painted her green. When she was clean, after the first fire up, after the first run, and she's unrecognizable, not green at all, after about 3 days. So,
But
that's
they were green.
They were green.
How to see 10 people leave the chat.
Yeah.
Look, if 10 people leave the chat because of that, we all know that it was a scary day.
Yeah, all the
Dang,
accounts
y'all
for
fully
the
animated
Jerry
the Valve
Day.
gear? Of course we did. What do you think we are, slackers?
Yeah.
Yes, the reason for the black jackets is the Russian Revolution. So Andrew just brought this up. So the interesting thing is that basically the export of Russia iron stopped due to the Russian Revolution because political turbulence in the country basically stopped any exports
My
going,
mind
especially
is
to
telling
the
me to-
United States.
My mind is telling me to ask about Strasbourg stuff.
Standard
The
Uh,
only thing I can
Hard
say
domain.
is
Standard
standard
gauge,
gauge not
illegal
planned
heresy.
on the main dev team. That's probably going to be workshop, and that's if standard gauge ever comes to Railroads Online within the next couple of years.
Which yeah, might, you know,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah,
But
I
Just
do
track
want to
one.
say, just as a disclaimer, we're more or less done with the tech tree as it is. We've got far more than enough stuff to keep us occupied for quite a long time. And we think that the progression of everything in there was pretty nice.
do the trackling tools allow for setting super elevation in curves?
they do
No.
not.
Narrow
not
gauge.
right now.
And
Look-
yeah,
what
narrow
Locomotive?
gauge was not typically super elevated early on. So
What locomotives
Uh,
are planned?
look.
70 of them.
The Oahu did have super elevations. That was like
So
the
in-
only rare narrow gauge railroad that I can think of
Oh,
that
well,
ever
the
had.
the DNRGW had some standard drawings for super elevation. Now, did places actually get super elevated? I mean, probably not more than a degree or two, if even that.
Yeah. And whether that was intentional or not, we can debate
Yeah,
all day.
whether it was intentional.
Oh,
or
fine.
not.
Here, I'll show my in-game wallet, and then I'll surprise you. Ready? Watch this.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
think it's the
being
P
muted.
key. Yep, there we go. Oh yes, do the gamer move. Yeah, there
So,
we
in
go.
looking at this
Remove.
gameplay thus far, can you interact with someone else's train in 2 or 3 man crews on a job? Someone in the engine, someone. Yes, you can. I can sit and mess around with his controls. I can blow the whistle, and it's all synced up. So, yeah, uncoupling all that fun stuff. Will there be passenger stock in the future? Yes. And I think that they're looking at doing something with it on industry-wise. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be
some of
determined
our-
in the plans.
Some of our members just got a bunch of books on the passenger varnish of the Denver Rio Grande, so we have a lot of juicy examples in there. Jackson has sharp four-wheel stock.
Show us your. Oh, that. Will there be passenger pyramid scheme? I have. Oh, no,
Info
no more
for
questions.
level tools. Andrew, how are you so wise?
You are set to go to the falls. whoever's
hop on
running
this
the
train.
engine.
Here, I'm gonna hop on.
Who wants to run?
Uh,
Oh,
I can
yes,
run
curve
if you want.
radius limitations. It's all physically based with colliders, so it's actually wheel on rail.
we're low on steam.
So
Okay.
it's not,
Open
it's
up
not
the
like trying to
firebox
see where
and
you
press.
snap
Well, that's-
on.
Start throwing wood.
If-
With that,
if the
you can
curve
just
is
see the
tight,
wheels.
Locomotive will refuse to go through it, or will be red.
Give me whistle show on truss.
We're low on pressure.
Eventually, but we
Aw.
need to get the steam
It's
pressure
like an
up.
event. We get low on pressure when they want us to.
Do your job. Throw the wood.
Throw the wood.
The wood. It's like the French
The
your children across fences to get to
what was
school
it?
even though they're late.
What was that mug that Anthony got? The Fraternal Order of Wood Lobbers or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it in person.
They gave me a
Mhm.
button.
Yeah, you earned it.
I did not lob any wood.
You earned it by being.
Can you punch the
Yeah,
other
and
players
you-
for tooting your whistles?
That's
No.
not currently a feature. That'd be really funny to do.
You see, as Brett has stated, there are many things that you can turn into a awayinator. My favorite one is a brake club. We need to recreate that photo one time.
Yes, yes.
I hope passenger
The
center
real
models will be
gold
creepy
bird.
looking as the railroad variants. Oh no. Will trains roll if they hit a curve too fast? I'm assuming yes. Actually, yes. Yes, very
Yes.
much so.
I have confirmed that several
We have
times.
confirmed it through experience. Can you kill another player asking for a friend? May we see the
Nope.
cookie in action? Do we have a cookie on this line?
We do not.
Oh.
We can spawn in one later.
You can spawn one in.
I've got a class 70 that's fired up at your yard.
Okay, give me
Oh,
a second.
yes,
which yard?
we can definitely showcase that.
Let's see, woodchuckers, I think. PvP update.
No.
Will gang
No.
violence be allowed? May we see cookie in action? We'll get that. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing. Yeah, no kidding. How fast can the locos go? That's all based on calculations. So the physical limit of the
Yeah.
locomotive.
Too slow
Unless
for a
you're-
lot of
They're a
Unless
little
you're-
too slow still.
Yeah,
holiday
the thing
ships are
is-
way too slow.
Eureka, this is something that Dan Markov has noticed. Eureka could go faster than 35, but her tender does not have any baffles. So it will sway side to side and then just eventually derail the locomotive before she gets to like 40 or so. That's kind of the safety thing of you start to see it sway and just go, oh shit, maybe I
Maybe
don't
a-
want to go 40.
Maybe too much speed. Oh wow, a lot of. Can you tie other players to the rails? I don't think so, not yet. Emotes. Nah, I'd love to see production chain and make cannons or firearms.
That's honestly not a bad idea. I'd
That
love
would be
some
pretty
good old
cool.
merchandise.
That would be pretty cool.
American
And-
Yeah,
Civil
We need
War
our factories to
DLC.
make more things.
Well, it'd be no, actually, because the Civil War is like a decade before the game. Well, not really a decade, but like half a decade before it starts. We could do like the Rio Grande War.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
just the right era. So we need to acquire a cannon from the state army.
More fragile cargo
Uh-huh.
like gunpowder. Could you imagine transporting gunpowder and then just someone
Hey,
boops
we
you?
could
Also-
reenact
also
the narrow
we need
gauge
a-
war between the Santa Fe and the Rio Grande. That would be super fun. Let's get
We
PvP
need-
going on.
We need
Oh.
Doc Holliday, the
Yeah.
DLC, because I'm pretty sure he was one of the gunfighters hired by the Santa Fe.
Yep.
Oh no.
Remember, a good driver can do almost anything with a steam locomotive. It's just a matter if the steam locomotive can survive the engineer.
It can't survive me because it's holding at like 100 psi right now.
Can you weigh down cars using other players' obesity?
I could.
You know, when I load your mom into an ore car.
Eric, you should be able to open her up all the way now. Also, remember, a good engineer can do almost anything with a steam locomotive. Brett over here knocking his head on every single 1870s locomotive.
Oh yeah.
Fred is a standard gauge man in a narrow gauge world.
We love you, Brett.
Yo, Montezuma. Just putting that out there.
Oh, this is so weird looking at the the drivers and then hearing the chuff rate.
Yeah, it's a little
Uh-oh.
bit strange.
Big bridge.
Throw more wood.
Oh, of course.
Just like one more set should do.
Speaking of NCNC and FPC, things may come from them.
It is nice to have a dev team with a sense of humor. A lot of banter. Like I say, this feels less like, I mean, even some of the other people say, it's less like work and more like hanging out with friends 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have to
I
sit
would
down and
count
do...
you guys. Yeah, I would count you guys as like some of my best personal close friends. So.
What the social life?
What is a social life?
Okay, there was a lot of stuff that we missed. Actually, no.
Oh, great. Yeah.
That was a tight curve.
Yeah, some of this was
Don't
like
slip
that.
off that tender. I can't wait to see 1950 side detector progression.
Oh yeah.
Who's
TL
ready to use the
555.
re-rail tool?
Oh!
Oh,
Oh,
no,
boy!
oh, no.
Oh!
Oh, that was disappointing.
I'm
Oh.
so glad. Someone clip that, please.
Hello. Who
Hey,
gave
tell me
you a
agree to
bridge
stop.
the road?
Hey.
You have caused
Oh, yeah.
confusion and delay.
I have. I was hoping I was going to knock you off a trestle, but
I am surprised it didn't
No.
derail. I was waiting for Eureka to roll off of this.
Also, you're not running your lanterns. That you are.
Let's see.
Okay, Eureka, come along. Just keep a safe distance, please.
Class 7,
Alright.
give me whistle.
Also, we need to see like how far sound can travel because it should travel pretty.
Doesn't travel for him.
We did a 32 car train the other day, and couldn't hear the whistle from the rear car.
Oh,
Those
that was
little-
sad.
yeah, we got some
Yeah,
stuff in there.
we're gonna need to fix that.
Yeah,
Let me
you
appeal to
could
the chat
recreate the
for a moment.
32 car train. All the cars are sitting up there, so.
Hey chat.
Is there a
Hey,
boiler
chat.
explosion? No.
No. Boiler
Chat, check
explosions.
screenshots.
Boiler explosions are a problem because they would require another model to be made, and that time spent modeling that could be spent on other things more wisely. And then also, it's just, I think it would be a little bit too cruel to players to have them sacrifice an engine like that, or lead them down the path where they don't really pay enough attention to that point.
Minor perfection with shafts. Will there be precision option for track measures such as putting down perfectly straight lines of track or placing specific angle curve? Or will we have to, or will we be eyeballing all of it? There is an angle and then you can set your radiuses and stuff like that. I don't know about straight though.
You can set
You can do
degree of
straight, you
curvature,
can,
including
Do
margin.
straight, yeah.
Mark, stop.
If you use the snap key to do a turn, but don't put in a.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Shrink.
Uh-oh.
He said he fixed the Class 70
Uh-oh.
brake.
Mark.
Oh, well, we have derailed. You have...
Well, so he didn't fix the Class 70's brake. But hey, now you can
No.
use the re-rail tool, so...
Yeah,
also
you
kind
actually have
of,
two things to use the re-rail tool on, 'cause it looks like.
Are there different whistles for different
Raising
locomotives, or did they use the
brakes,
same
no.
sound? As of now, same sound, different pitch, but we're looking at doing that in the future. It's just not a main dev point.
Yeah.
Somebody
We'd
needs
like
to
to
go
have-
record stuff. That requires some money.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, just remote access. Mark has a Northern Pacific 5 chime recording, which he made for
What
me.
did you do to this one?
I didn't do anything to that one. That one went off
What?
into the track by
The
itself.
brakes-
How?
It's something with the game loading and the brakes sometimes don't run. It's specifically the air
Not
brakes.
concerning at all.
Yeah, that is a bug with the air brakes.
Let me
'cause
see.
I encountered a cookie when I was going about 25 miles an hour with the Eureka. Unsurprised, it was not supposed to be there. It had wandered out of the side.
Can we customize flags on the front, or, for example, have the, for example, Canadian whistle?
A Canadian whistle.
Tyler, I need you to re-rail my baby.
Which one?
Reagan.
Oh, this one?
This. Yes.
Oh, re-rail feature to all the people that was wondering. Click
Yes, do
re-rail.
it.
Grab your
Save
rake.
child.
Look at track. And then click
Drop.
Arizona,
and boom,
Tyler,
re-rail.
can I get you down here to do an inspect?
Once I get this chooch set, then I will come in and inspect.
I'm like a quarter of the way down, maybe halfway down, and I need some quality control.
Okay. That's a fender and add a hard mode with operating injectors, damage to cylinders if you don't drain the water, damage to boilers by running, etc. There was a vote on damage through the dev team and all, and we made the decision to, for at least the main game, at least for a while. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is not likely for the next probably coming year, because we are not focused on that. I will say, injectors was something we were looking at doing. I don't know how set in stone any of this is still, because, like I said previously when we first started, what the hell? Oh, logs. Things change. So, our priorities can go from making a locomotive 1 second to, hey, we found a bug, it needs to be fixed, we need all hands on deck to test. So, we're a small team, we're not this big gaming company, so everything's very much a big toss-up when it comes to this.
We're not Bethesda.
Not
Which
yet.
is a good thing and a bad thing.
The fact that you
Any-
compared us to Bethesda.
Any plans for livestock? Yes.
Yes, that's me and Arizona Tyler's realm though.
Canadian flag. Can you make a roller coaster using the track layer and bridge pieces? I will let you find out when you get the game.
Maybe. Definitely no loop-de-loops to be had.
Reagan goes down the waterfall. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh.
Good. It's actually.
Oh yes, you
tight.
can detach the tender. So there is a Lincoln pin, then you have to go underneath, and so you can
Mhm.
like disconnect and interchange. Because some locomotives have, like on the 060 Baldwin that I'm working on, they have 2 tender variants with it. So you are going to be able to switch out and
Come with me.
All right, Peyton. What do you need to show
Come
me?
with me.
fun stuff.
Actually, other Tyler, come with me.
Hold on. I meant to ask if we can have Canadian. Can we possibly see some geared? We're gonna have the geared locomotive and the cookie shown in just a second.
Yeah.
Also, I might want to suggest if we can get a cookie out, we might want to do a double header just to show that it's possible.
Okay.
Meant to ask, can we
Okay.
have Canadian flags or is it all just American flags? That's an interesting question which hasn't been brought up before. Personally, I don't really see why not, because you had American locomotive manufacturers and practices go up into Canada. Like, look at the Caslo and Slocan Railway up in British Columbia. That was all Baldwins.
Where are
Follow
we
me,
running
brother.
to?
Follow me.
I don't know
So
where
We
the
already ran
potential
off.
is there.
Left you behind, old man.
Oh, did you go left
Meet
or
at
right at the
switch.
Y?
Meet at the switch.
Which switch?
The last switch.
Did you
The
go
one
left
that
or
goes,
right?
Iron Mine Smelter switch.
Okay,
Let's
that's
see.
this way.
Right
260
here.
Yes.
Baldwin, did I hear that right? And if so, would that loco be
Where's
based on
other
Glenbrook?
Tyler? Where'd he go?
I'm slowly climbing back up to your ditch crosser.
Okay. You're
So,
Where the
okay,
hell
so
did he
260 Baldwin, did I hear that right? And if so, would that loco be based on Glenbrook? So the locomotive that Tyler is currently working on now is not based on Glenbrook. It's about 4 or 5 years older than Glenbrook. As far as
Oh.
Glenbrook goes, we do
That's
have it
potential.
planned on the tech tree.
So this is the road bed that and like fills that you have to
I've
put
been
down
laying
before
this
you
the whole
place
time.
track. Yes, Peyton is trackman.
Well, I'm not the track man. I'm the groundwork man. Eric is the track man.
He is our
Yes.
great surveyor, and then Eric's just kind of like, "Oh, you made line and ground?
Track.
I put track
Track.
here."
Whoops.
Oh, this is nice. This
I
is a lot
follow
better than what I was
scratches in
doing
dirt.
haphazardly earlier.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
not
think
all the
half
way
the-
down yet, but you know,
This is
Welcome to
going
the-
down to.
I'm not gonna loop all the way back to the end of the valley. I think I'm gonna go to where it narrows up there, like
Okay.
the furthest you can see, and then I'm gonna wrap around.
What are the immediate next pieces of rolling stock and locomotive being added? The next locomotive is probably going to end up being my 060 Baldwin
We also have the chunk, which I know
chocolate chunk.
Dean was talking about earlier.
Cookie,
Uh,
but
And then
280.
also for
Yeah.
cars, Bruss
Here,
has been
we
working
wanna-
on
try
14-foot and 17-foot Billmeyer and Smalls cars from
So-
the Denver Rio Grande.
Yeah,
I'll
the
lay some
cars that
trout.
are for the porters.
Alright.
Small cars,
Dayton,
2 axles.
do you want to demonstrate?
Well, what are we
thing?
doing?
I'm gonna
Hold on,
humor
on my
them
way
a
back.
little bit.
On my way back.
Oh, he
Okay.
lied.
I have fallen off of a cliff.
Good
I
job.
think this one can just go straight, which is easy. Easy.
Dev
flag, easy
super
flag.
speed is a burden.
Sketchy blue
You
flag
can
asks,
you can turn it off.
No, I know.
does
you
the
just-
world auto load with road bed, or is the world fully customizable to the point you can put road back and tracks everywhere? And it's the
That is what
latter.
Peyton is
Yeah.
about to show you.
Peyton is building the
up.
road bed right now. There is
Well,
no
actually,
road.
you can't see it
Boom.
because so
Boom.
there you go. So you
I
can't
love
see
it.
it because it's done in a menu, so it's invisible until he confirms it. And
Tyler,
then
cut
watch.
that tree.
Please. It's
That tree?
bugging me.
Cut the
Yeah,
trees.
Yeah, let's go underneath.
Ah,
Cut trees. Show people you can kill trees. Don't save the environment.
there it
save the
goes.
There's a lot of trees underneath actually. I find it easier to just lay the track in the fill and then remove the trees to make your clearance later.
I can't see the tree. There it is.
There we go.
I have been
Let me get back
blinded
up
by
there.
tree.
Parkour.
Okay.
Beyblade
As asked
tree.
before, when will there be a Caboose in game? Caboose coming soon. We have the model, just haven't UV unwrapped and textured it.
Model built needs to make it look nice.
Yeah. Will there be multiple styles of bridges in the future? Hopefully, yes.
Yes. I have
Uh,
a model.
Also, Andrew
Andrew,
was
number
like
11 and 12.
multiple.
The
Andrew was saying multiple covert models. So Peyton, you might be.
I have the.
We got about 19 minutes left on the stream.
Wood culverts.
Alright.
Wood box culverts. And
I don't know,
See,
do we?
so
Mark-
no
Mark,
cribbing
uh,
behind
attached
maintenance,
me
log
pointing out
cribbing,
the culverts and the
that's for
signage
stuff.
when we were out there a couple weeks ago.
We got about 19 minutes left on the stream. Do we want to get the cookie out? Cookie with the other lad.
Sure.
Geared locomotive. Do you have a geared locomotive yet or no?
Keep showing off the track laying, and I'll go back and spawn.
All right, cool.
And,
So you didn't just see it, but Peyton did place this down because he's using the editor. So I mean, I'll show the editor real quick. So like
Here, you can
stone
lay off
walls.
the end.
I'll just do
off
it.
the
I'll
end.
just
Dark
do it here.
said
and delete it.
worked under
Do it
tree
here,
physics.
Lay
I
it practically.
I do not do track work.
We'll choose constant fill and do the stone wall, and then just start with a straight segment, and then make it hit left alt, I think it is. Make it curved.
Mhm.
And then place some segments. You place them really close together when you do a curve, so the curve actually goes down.
Left
right.
alt. It is not curving.
No, it's left alt makes it snap, and then you have to enter
Yeah.
your degrees
Ah.
of 1 and 2.
I see.
Okay, so Kodai
Not
1979
holding left alt.
asks,
You press
Yeah, I got
left
you.
alt
I
and
figured it out
toggle.
after.
would a winter/heavy snow edition be
That's
possible?
weird.
If so, can we get rotary snowplows?
I let you do track work just because.
Right,
But
that's
long
what we
story
talked
short, you would
about.
place this and then you right click off and exit, and then
Let me-
it snaps to
Let
you.
me speed run strats a little bit.
Peyton, do you want to talk about rotaries or no?
Rotary hard, code hard, formable snow, lots of CPU and GPU power needed.
Tree
Then again,
flies
I've seen
into
a very
mountain.
good version in Red Dead 2. Looks really nice.
Some person with
Again,
a
so it's
cookie.
possible, but in the
Possible,
future.
but not like a deal breaker. You know,
Constant.
it's
That's
not-
talking about the gradient. So variable is your variable elevation change, and then constant is just keeping at your constant whatever is set. So I think we're on a downhill right now. Or are you flat?
Yeah, 2%.
Yeah, so we're on a 2%, and that's set, so it'll stick to that 2%.
Yeah.
Do all have
Um,
website, Discord? If you
So
Why is this fucky?
wait, real quick, sorry.
Discord.
If you go to the About Me on the Twitch section, there is a Railroads Online. If you click on the picture, it'll link you right into the Discord, and you can find out more information there. And also on Steam Railroads Online.
Yeah, the Steam page is more of our formal updates area, but the Discord is where we kind of give the sloppy and quick. Oh, this is what's happening.
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
there's model update channels and stuff like that. Also, chance for I mean, we'll post stuff in there. We'll be in the Discord channels from time to time.
Yep.
one last thing about rotaries, even though they are very long away, I do hope they come. We have 2 examples. We are planning and a possible third, maybe, but not likely.
Well, you do OM and OY, and you've just basically made every single lesson there is.
Yes, the possible third, I was thinking, because we do have plans for it, was RGS2.
It's kind of.
I mean, it's
Okay, but I want to do
it's there.
what's the RGS flanger.
Oh
OT,
yeah,
yes,
RGS
the plow
flanger.
flanger.
Choose any of the like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, they're really good. Gunnison plow, really pog.
And then also
I love the fact that they had one piece of snow flying equipment at the end, and then they dump it into.
Well, no, they blow it up.
They didn't blow it up. They just dumped it and let it sit there for a while.
Rotary 2, yeah.
Yeah, they blew up Rotary 2, but they had the
flanger 2. Yeah,
I
they're
will
kind of
run
derailed.
back.
I'm trying to remember,
There,
where
start.
did Rotary 1 go? Because they had another Rotary.
I
think it went to the White Pass, maybe?
Let me show you guys an example of like an industry.
Oh yes, this would be good. Let's see, is there going to be any form of Easter eggs? That is yet to be determined.
You will find out. Alright, this is the refinery. So if you see there's no tracks anywhere, all there is platform and trees, and your job is to get here. That's pretty much all that you need to know.
It is a lot of planning.
Yes. You bring in coal and ore, as well as, what else does it take? Wood. And it outputs rail and I believe it's beams.
Yeah, it's the
Raw
smelter.
iron.
Raw iron and rail for iron ore and cordwood.
Arizona Tyler, can I get a little assistance?
Very
good. Yeah, give me a second.
I lay upon the precipice. It is becoming increasingly difficult without some scaffolding.
Flandered Sand asks, they did what to Rotary 2? So I think it was maybe 1942 or so. I'm pretty sure the date is wrong, but Rotary Snowplow 2 on the RGS, while it was snow finding, suffered a low water boiler failure.
Actually,
it blew up.
Overnighting at Telluride and nobody.
Yeah, it was they let one dude. I forgot what all of his occupational skills were, but I think that was 48.
Yeah, 1948, 1949, somewhere in there.
There's Cookie.
Well, now I learned
knuckle it
something
into
new.
its tender. It just got steamed.
Won't there be any towns in the world that you can pass through for scenery? Not yet. Not yet. We're not ready enough for a map which is large enough, which will have towns, and we don't have any passengers. So not yet. Though that's not to say that like passengers are a requirement. It's just that we need larger maps, but we're not. I mean, baby steps, low steps at a time. We just need to get everything working first.
No, we need to pass Cookie through a frog. Her pilot is derailed.
I was thinking, like, see over there where it narrows? I think I'm going to cross over. I mean, I think I'm low enough that I can...
All of these suggestions are very good. We don't want to discount any, but it's just a matter of A, small dev team, B, not a lot of time, none of us are full-time, and C, just getting the game playable for you guys. Because, I mean, right now, all you guys have is a log running game on a different, and we're trying to get you this. So once we get this out, go through the bug fixing stage, and a couple little refinements here and there, then we'll start working on getting your you know, new locomotives and all that fun stuff in.
Alright, am I just gonna kick this porter out of the way, or what's the thought process there?
I have no idea. Actually, go ahead. Just full speed.
Ramming speed!
Ramming speed. Oh no, I'm very.
You just kicked it.
That's fine. Just kidding, I am.
Porter
Break.
bowling simulator.
Dark Rider DX is correct with this information. Thanks.
Oh, we're gonna run through a switch, it's fine. There we go.
Oh
Everything
no.
is 100%
Oh,
fine.
okay. Wait, here's a good point. So you were asking if you can wreck train. Train wreck.
Yeah.
Ah, no! No, you can't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me! Ah!
Why is it Mark is
Look,
always the
it's
one with the
Lucy and
rolled
41.
locomotive? Here, you can get a
These
good
are
look
two
at all of
cars,
this
yes.
stuff.
Mark, why are you?
That'll buff out. Oh, you let the firebox door open.
Well, I had lots of wood to throw in there. We had to go fast.
Tis but
okay?
a scratch.
What a flesh wound.
Alright, hold on. Where do you need this locomotive?
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
There
they
we go.
wanted to see a cookie, and we ran through our
Hey guys, that's a
misaligned
fender
speech.
bender.
That's a fender bender.
That's a tender bender.
That's a fender bender.
If you want to bring it up to the falls, we can put it with another locomotive and some cars.
This is not what I wanted.
Yeah, how about you re-rail it, but the other direction?
Well, it doesn't always like to do what it's told, you know.
Yeah.
You just have to press the left. Press and hold left when you got that. When it's floating. Press and hold.
Yes, I am holding.
And maybe you'll be
look at the
fortunate
track.
for it to
Look at the
turn
track when
around.
you do it,
Yeah,
please.
there you go. Yep.
Is that the right way? It is.
Yeah, now right click
Boom.
and there it goes.
Beautiful. Re-railing at its best. And now we gotta unroll and someone grab a microfiber cloth and we'll just buff it out.
Mhm.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take off into the sky. I think he fixed that problem, but
Well, we'll see.
that was the most entertaining. Oh, things are happening.
Wait a second.
Things are happening back here.
I can't grab it. It's just going away. Where is it
click,
going?
Right click.
There he goes.
Yeah, right click
Right
to drop
click.
it and then start over.
There are some things that
I'm
need
just
to
so
be fixed.
happy that that happened on stream. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some things that must be fixed.
Little
what
did
is
they
this,
know that we're actually creating
You have come
Galaxy
in the
Railway
name
Simulator.
of God.
Cookie space
We're all
program.
set.
Cookie space program, yes. Elon Musk, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot about till now, are the steam cranes gone forever, or will they return at another point? Maybe at another point, but certainly not now.
Oh, for
They're
fuck's
very
sakes.
broken. They're very, let's say, cantankerous to deal with. And QMA doesn't want to deal with them right now. So,
It's gonna need its own custom code, like in
Oh, yeah.
non-physics related, but also physics.
Someone took the gravity
Like a
can't
weird
have shit in
gray area-
Detroit.
gray area.
take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit. Anything but Detroit.
Alright, back to our usually
Alright,
scheduled
let's
programming.
put the porter like over here.
I don't care what you do with the porter. I'm heading to the falls.
Porter's going here.
Okay, we're gonna go to the falls and then do you want to just grab all 20 hoppers?
Oh lordy. Sure, why not?
Do we have a geared engine? Because I can get one.
You should
Yeah,
get the
they wanna
Heisler, so
see a
Dynamo.
Heisler, so get a
Heisler? Okay.
Heisler.
Dynamo.
Okay. Okay, I swear. Let me order him very quickly.
9
Oh.
is
Yes,
not
you
enough
can come out
nom-noms.
Do you
Stand
have
on the
any
running
preference
boards.
for how he's named or numbered? None?
No, I can just clean up after this.
Ideas for late game. Electric narrow gauge. Oh boy.
We talked about this.
No comment.
Naughty porters go into bad siding. Cause I put little porter on lonely siding behind Corkwood car.
Look, Zappy Boys would be fun, but
Happy boys.
that would just be me spearheading it when I'm not, like, in pain.
When we get to the Y, I think we need a couple switches thrown, so You wanna go
Oh,
throw those?
run forward and
So I
check for you.
can keep the hammer down for me. Yeah.
It's a good thing you mentioned it. First switch wasn't even thrown.
I was gonna say it's probably lined for the left, and the other switch is probably lined for the other direction.
Yep.
So
Oh, I ordered a Heisler. What do you want me
Floating
to do with
switch
it?
stand.
Run the thing.
Fire
Oh,
up.
okay.
Can
Okay,
you
I shall
quill
fire it
list
up.
whistles? Oh, give me a second. Hey, Mark.
yes, sir.
Let me hop up on you real quick.
Give them the show.
Give me some quill. Beautiful.
Depending on your ping, it can get a little strange, but yes, it's the thing you can do. Oh, look at how smooth and pretty yours are, Mr. Host.
Okay, let me get the Heisler.
Okay, the look at the falls are not. Oh wait, is Varian still in pressure? Varian's still in pressure. I wanted to bring Reagan out, but
Which way are you lined? This way.
Line to, I
Left.
believe that's the main, yeah.
The bell is floating in midair. And it's going
Um,
backwards.
I sit
that
here and
happened.
wait
Why?
for train to come.
Okay.
Bigfoot Easter egg. Oh no.
Hey, if we
Oh.
pull the Pueblo back out, because it was steamed up, we could do smells like Kenosha with the Pueblo and the 9. Be accurate.
we could. Pueblo currently, because of your actions, is off the track bit.
Oh, well, sure.
So I will start fishing with
Well, I can
Kyrian
get
and
to-
see if I can get.
I have face planted tree. I must get to large brig.
Because the other two that are sitting here are not cooperating with building pressure.
In theory, could you have a boring 2-track main everywhere? Yep. You can do whatever you want with track. You can have an 8-track main. Good luck with the logistics on that, but you know.
The Broadway.
Are
So you
exhaust
mean-
noises sync with wheel
Wait.
rotation? No.
Not
It's
right now.
not yet, not yet.
Yes, it is coming. Please do not rage.
Yeah, so they were decently synced on some of them, and we were trying to get a new feature added of getting the volume to adjust while things are going, and
I think what we should do is just go on cylinder position rather than wheel rotation.
yeah, that would make more sense. But
Okay, well,
yeah.
The only reason I say that is because like you do wheel rotation on Porter versus frickin' Eureka, you're gonna have some interesting.
The problem is that overlapping sounds like you can only play so many sounds at a time, so there's a queue to play
Let me go
sounds.
stand
when you
down
get-
here
when you
and look at
do
this beautiful-
individual beats and you get up to like 10 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour, it becomes really cancerous. That's
Yeah.
why most games
Yep.
swap to a loop when you go to higher speeds.
We can get some good recordings, though. Like, some of our buddies, like...
Can you have a forest fire DLC? We're not the 416, okay?
We're not. We're not the DNS. Well, actually, it wasn't really. No, we're not gonna go down that route.
See, you can sit on
Um,
front of Locomotive and just sit here.
that's against the safety rules.
Oh, I don't care. We're on the Arizona
Oh, we're working on
Railroad.
1907's rules.
I bet someone will recreate Horseshoe Curve. Oh, you don't even know what we've recreated.
We've even filled one with concrete and run it on the main line.
Oh god.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It
Map looked like Scott. Yeah. How many trees are on the map right now? Like 50 something hundred?
300,000.
300,000. Okay.
Yeah,
a
something
lot.
Someone said,
like
"Can we have a
300,000
forest file DLC?" And the next comment was California DLC.
California.
There we go.
Oh, my
Yes.
people.
It's 1907. Only illegal if someone sees it.
Well, that's also the rule now, but you know.
Now everyone
don't,
can
don't
see
tell
it.
the FRA that, please. They know where I live.
Tyler, can you save the game, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Pueblo has just decided to magically come back onto the rails.
You're welcome.
So I'm just gonna get Kyrene out of the way.
Hello, we in yard at 15 mile an hour.
He's gonna highball through the
Yeah, you're lined for track 1, not into the servicing facility, but it's track 1. Hello.
Howdy.
All the locos up here are refusing to make pressure. I don't.
Oh, you
You just ran through a switch.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It's
we're
like you just
we're
haven't
about to
focused.
do the
Fine,
same
it's
if you don't
fine.
throw the switch. We're about to do the same if you don't throw the switch.
It's flipped.
It's fine.
Okay.
Let's go
And
back.
this is why it's chaotic to run while doing a stream.
This is why I didn't want to run, because I knew I'd be reading chat and running a locomotive and then run it off of the frickin' waterfall.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone
Okay,
want to
I've
see Michael
achieved full
Jackson?
pressure. I'm coming down to the yard.
Tender fender bender.
Yeah, it's finger beaner.
Throw the switch. Throw the
Hold
switch.
on, I'm re-railing tender.
Oh,
Okay.
I was.
The
walking
goal
into-
is getting Pueblo out of here. So you can use that.
There go.
Okay. I will hook up.
Switch throne. Are we picking up coal car?
Yeah, you want to pick up all the coal cars. Big train.
Wait,
Is Peyton gonna Wallace and Gromit track out in front
can
of us?
you toss your
I
brakes
don't
for me?
think so.
I need you to
Brake?
stop before you couple. I need to toss your pin in.
I wish I could, but I can't.
There's
Mainly
the
'cause
pin.
I'm laying a canyon
Alright,
bridge at the
you're
moment.
linking pins in. You got about a car and a half.
Car and a half.
Car, holy shit.
Car.
Half car.
Half car.
Still at half. There's truck.
Truck.
And beautiful. Pins drop. Give me a little tug.
Give her a tug.
You're on. Good connection.
Set and centered.
Me undo your handbrakes. So gonna run and check all of your coupler your pins real quick. Physics, yes. I will say I am very impressed with the physics we have so far. Sometimes they're a little buggy, but it feels like the game is feeling more and more like a sim, which is very nice. But not too much where you're like, this is pain. Even though I want a simulator, but you know, we don't talk about that.
I think I'm gonna leave the track work for today. You need a big boy canyon bridge.
Ooh.
Well, not huge, but that
Just
shows
make
the
sure that we're
smallest
laid
gap
right
in
up
the
to it, and then
canyon.
we can save the game and then just send the train off the cliff. Really good way to finish.
Yeah,
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
you would have to lay the track all the way down here.
Are we at a point where we can save? Like, is everyone in a happy place to where if I save, that would be a good place?
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
driving along the line,
That's
but I
fine.
could
No,
No, you
momentarily
don't need to
stop.
stop. It's fine.
Yeah.
Save. You're good.
Okay. Gotta fish Pueblo out now. I guess for
You'll have a casual and simulator mode? No. Possibly in the future. I don't think so though. So do not. I mean, your chances are like 15% on that. It's something that we talked about because some of us are really passionate about, like, we want injectors and firing and all that fun stuff, and then others we're trying to not overwhelm people who just want to hop on and enjoy running
Arizona
trains.
Can I fiddle with this bridge, please? It's hurting me.
yeah, fiddle with bridges, fiddle with everything you want. Just don't derail trains, please.
I'm looking forward to crash
I will
completion
try
videos
not.
in about a month. Yeah, I'm sure that's coming. That and the space program trains are fun.
Yeah,
hopefully
that
those
needs
will
to
be
be patched
fixed.
before we do the thing.
How am I gonna get myself out of this one?
Who's... Hey Tyler, can you try
Hmm?
firing for a second here? Because it's... I've been trying to fire all the Locos here, and they've not been letting me.
Fair warning, the Heisler has a bug, so it doesn't have a bell right now.
Okay.
That's client, I think.
Yeah,
It is not lighting off.
that's annoying.
I close Firebox, maybe. I don't know. Do you have Steam, something that's using Steam up? No, you have the air compressor off.
More bugs to be squashed, it seems.
Yes,
No,
there is
do not
all.
squash Froggy. Do not squash Froggy.
Did you guys fix that long sound bug that was around during the first live stream? I've had my volume all the way down out of fear of that happening.
That was me.
Did you fix that?
I think it was something to do with, and don't quote me here, but from my understanding, it was something to do with the CPU being overloaded, so it got hung up on a singular sound.
Oh, and then it, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
During the time.
Not fun.
Yeah, it was very no good. That's why I
No.
don't stream.
We're on different build as well. So you should be good. We haven't had that problem for the last 2 hours, and it seems relatively stable, so. This truck is still derailed. Curse you.
Fire is going on Pueblo, so... You need a
So
second engine.
I'm making it through the gap right now with the Heisler.
Alright.
Did you say one of the engines has a dynamo? Yes, so let me go down the hill. I will go find...
Well, I've got the Heisler right now,
Yes.
so I'm coming to the falls.
Yes, I'm running to...
We should... Okay, so I can stop the engine so that we can hear the dynamo to its full effect.
It's not going to come out too loud, because last time I did this, it was not the loudest. There it is.
Okay, there you are. Okay, so whistle is... So that's that. Now, it's this hand valve right here. Listen to this. Are you ready? Are you
Yep.
ready? Are you ready? Okay.
Hot sound. I really hope
Hot.
Stream heard that. Do the shut off sound.
Okay. Shaw. 3, 2, 1.
I hope Stream heard.
It sounds very nice to me.
Very, very good.
Hopefully they heard it.
Do the... Go ahead and put it in motion so I can show them some of this running gear that's all
Okay.
animated. Yes, big turbo. Very good. Thank you. Highball. Any plans for variable player models? Again, none of the modelers here are really have to do anything with living like, I forget what Peyton used a better word for it.
Organics.
Organics, that's it.
Yeah.
That's more of an owner. Our owner Kime did the players that are here. I don't think he did them. I think he had them built. But I'm sure we're looking at doing something like that, just not for a little while. Heisler is still faster than Honda Civic. What does a dynamo do? It's a miniature steam turbine, runs off of the boiler pressure, or runs off of the steam from the engine and makes electricity. It's kind of like an alternator in a car.
And
Wait,
so it
Music
powers all
Maestro,
of the electric.
you-
What do you say,
Oh,
Tyler?
sorry.
is the maestro still here?
Hello.
Hello. Your chooch is ready.
Excelente.
Need
I was-
chuff and cylinder. Oh, does
Oh,
that thing have?
Pueblo is my choo-choo to eat off the tracks. I'm glad.
It's this type of loco in real life, so
Can you
I don't
open
know if you want to
the
use it off the tracks.
open the cylinder cocks on that?
On the Heisler?
Yeah.
I need to find one. That's the thing. Oh, I think it's in.
Do you want to pair it with 9 and do double header
Yeah,
for a while?
let's do this double header until strategically
That's
later
Sander.
or things later.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks sick. Hold on, let me get down on the bridge. Oh, that looks cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Closing the cup. I'm gonna do a whistle crawl.
Go for it.
That's stop
Think we'll be fine.
Beautiful. I
Thank
do
you.
like the Heisler's whistle. It's on a lower end.
It sounds close enough to a Norfolk and Western single chime hooter. For me, at least, it's the exact same pitch, not the same timbre. It's not quite the same 300 psi presence.
It doesn't sound like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park getting it off.
No.
All right, Tyler, come to the yard at the waterfalls, and we're
On
about
my
to
way.
see a double header.
Oh
off.
yes. Headlights.
do.
Here we go. Dynamo time.
Oh, let me see headlight and then I go see double head. Oh yes, electric headlight. So that dynamo powers your boy's stuff.
Okay, all brakes are off on the consoles.
May I have a crumb of whistle cord, please?
Where? Right now?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
I will go and see double head.
I guess, do you want me to run the cookie?
Yeah, who's road engine?
I'll run road engine.
Will you show train getting yeet off waterfall?
No.
I don't know about the waterfall, but we may actually let me see where we're at.
Well, let this Heisler pull into the yard, and then we'll stop everything and say.
Right. Sorry, I just had to switch over earbuds. I've got one AirPod in one ear, and then the actual gaming headset to hear the sounds. So I switch back and forth. Let's see, Randall Marquis taught me this one. I think it was like and I can't grab the whistle. What the hell? Okay, there we go. No, stop it. Okay, I can't grab the whistle for some reason.
Those are not the final sounds, no.
Okay.
Alright, are we clear for double heading?
Somebody said wait till the Heisler gets in.
Yeah, well.
Almost there.
Okay.
Well, stream's waiting. Let's do it.
Send it.
Eyeball.
Very nice.
I'm wide
Here,
open.
let me throw the switches so we can go to the water tower.
Okay.
We need to put a. Can you slow the locomotive,
Give
please? I'm not
the
gonna-
girl. Okay, slow up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not familiar with like yard layout.
Heisler sound is not finalized. A lot of the stuff that you're hearing that's off is the fact that it's using kind of a standard sound, and also the chuff rate is not synced.
Start playing Smells Like Kenosha if you would.
Okay, and I will.
Just
Oh,
stop at the water tower, Eric.
we'll
and
probably
then
be
you
there
come on this,
sooner or later,
bullfrog
but,
with
you know.
us.
Oh, that's too much break. So hopefully some of you logging
Oh,
railroad
we
purists
lost
out there
your,
will.
coupling.
Oh no.
I see that.
I
Tied
guess
down my
class
brake.
70. Yeah, no brake.
He said he fixed the brake, and
It's
it does
very
seem
weak.
to do. It does do something now.
Okay, so remember, rear locomotive is the one that actually opens up.
Coming back to you.
Alright. What was that?
Don't mind that. That's not important.
Alright, I'll just sit over here then.
You
Doink.
might need to back up and build some speed.
Someone is asking, what's the story behind Smells Like Kenosha?
Mark,
What an
that's all you.
appropriate time to demonstrate this. Here we go.
Alright.
Here, I must see this. Where are you guys?
The line, hurry.
Oh,
Close
you're
the coal mine.
okay. Found you guys.
I'm gonna warn you, we can't go that far because I didn't adjust some of the curves.
We're not going very far, I'll tell you that much.
We are not going very far. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Well, I guess it's he's gonna do that.
Oh, yeah,
There you
there's
go.
the rollover. Oh, God.
The whistle,
God.
not the whistle.
Thank you.
Look at all
Okay.
that beautiful underside
Yeah.
detail. I wonder who did all that.
So, in the true spirit of Smells Like Kenosha, Smells Like Kenosha was an inside joke between me and the Railroad Museum folks at Colorado Railroad Museum, where we would joke anytime there was alcohol open near 346. We say, why does it smell like Kenosha? Because 346 in 1937 derailed on Kenosha Pass as a helper on a CNS freight train. Or I guess she was turning back from helper service, running light down the hill after she had helped the train up, and got going a little quick because her engineer was a little inebriated and flew off the tracks doing about 40 miles an hour, run a curve that was probably about 10 to 15 miles an hour, rolled over on her side, and was done. So,
You just
Smells
said,
Like
and it was
Kenosha.
done, and the song hit its part, which is really cool.
beautiful.
Perfect timing. Almost like it was planned. Oh, what are
Yeah.
these?
So, Smells Like Kenosha is in 346's honor. It smells like booze, it smells like flipping over sideways, and as we always like to talk about, she was leased to the CNS, and the only reason we still have her is because she was leased. The Rio Grande would have piled over the top of her and laid new track down, not given two craps, but because she was leased, and gosh darn it, they broke our engine. They have to fix it again. They took 346 to the CB&Q shops in Denver and rebuilt her, and that's why we still have her. So
Ah, now the paint is all scratched.
Yeah. It should also be noted that in the investigation, the fireman swore like to high hell and back that the engineer wasn't drinking at the time.
That's gotta be a game achievement when you roll a
But it was
locomotive.
just
I don't
like-
know, if we roll a locomotive, we should have it be an achievement, Kenosha.
He also swore that they were only going like 20 per, and then they go out there and it's like, there is one set of score marks on these rails. This would only be possible if they were doing like 60.
All right. I think. I mean, unless there's anything else. If anyone has any last questions, now's the time to ask. But unless there's,
Yeah.
did the devs have anything we want to add?
Repairs and maintenance should be the regular monetary difficulty in this game. I agree.
I would like to add that be patient with the game because there will be plenty of bugs that we missed.
Yes,
No
that is a
matter what we
very good
do.
point.
This is why it is early
Somebody's
access.
asking for a climax. Could
has a big
I
label that
get
says
that
early
generated into the yard?
Yeah, go ahead and spawn it,
Okay.
and I'll come over down to you.
All right, let me
My
spawn a
poor
climax.
cookie.
You want me to re-rail it, or are we leaving this here for now?
We'll leave it. We'll leave it.
Beautiful. Also, yes, you can stringline cars and stuff like that, so
We achieved that yesterday.
beautiful.
32 car train, and I was trying to handle it by myself. Bad decision
you-
on my part.
Toggle that control highlight like we can see the controls from the other player using. Can that be turned off? As of now, no, but that's a good point. Maybe.
It's something that when we start
It's on the
looking at
to-do.
not
When
task
we're in the
value.
polishing stage, then yes. As of now, again, functioning game that will bring you guys some enjoyment while we continue work is what we're shooting for.
I ordered a climax. Now we just need to go back up the line and see it.
I'm doing just about as fast as Kenosha did, so
You could do G and hit respawn.
You
it's
could do
fine.
that.
I could, but why not run the line?
Run my horrible track work.
Okay, I found it. I know the number. Yep. What do you think of the naming, my guy?
What is it? 9 would have been a better fit.
9 would have been a fit, yeah. I agree.
9999.
Hillcrest Lumber.
I just realized I should have done 9 instead of 10. I'm a dumbass.
Oh
But,
dear,
Hitting me.
how long do you
And
think
this is-
someone will try to recreate that cornfield meet at Cumbras?
Okay.
I think I know a few people.
Eric,
Run
can
the
you get in
track.
the cab?
What?
Can you get in the cab?
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
Do you realize how this is the only locomotive in the game that actually has that smoke coming out of the firebox effect? It's a very unfair light.
Yes.
Do you see
Well,
it?
right now, yeah.
You gotta look very close.
If you stand outside of the cab, you can see it a lot better.
Yeah. That needs to be on every single locomotive.
Will
in
we
the
be
firewall.
able to abuse the physics to achieve flight? You do you.
Mhm.
How much wood is this gonna take? Jesus.
What a nice locomotive.
How long is this going to take?
Mhm.
It won't take a minute. This one steams up really fast once you put enough wood in it, but it's like.
Alright,
mostly
so
under 10.
after we get this fired up, we're probably gonna call it there. So any last questions, go ahead and shoot them this way.
You guys want a tanker to punt around?
Will hopping vibration be added to the climax for realism? A suitable camera shake or something? Not planned. I'm sure that is something that could be brought in later on. As of now, again, I'm not discounting these. Can someone spawn one of the Conoco tankers in?
Oh, we just did.
Oh, look, we
did
can't
you?
get sued.
Yeah.
Loco.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yes, so you can go up, open top.
Ooh.
But all of this stuff is stuff that we will look later on when we are polishing the game, making it, really a piece of. Right now, we're trying to get you guys something that's nice, fun, enjoyable, something that'll give us a groundwork for how we can improve the game in the future. And again,
Yeah.
this is an alpha build.
It opens. It does the thing.
We are
makes
not
me
looking to. We're not looking to build a perfect game. I mean, this is an
Oh.
alpha.
There's still
Yeah,
a
we're not
collision
looking to
box
build a
in there.
perfect game on day one.
Will
This-
line-side signage be possible in the future? It
Yes.
is already in the work. Our good friend here,
Oh,
Peyton,
come-
is building.
Tyler, come here.
Look
Where?
inside of the dome and
Uh,
tell me what's
two-
wrong.
To the climax. Once you're done there. Like, quick.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do the dynamo even though full pressure hasn't been reached. You can actually hear the pitch increasing with pressure.
Oh, Oh wow.
See
don't
what
know
I
if
mean?
the stream can hear that, but yes, dynamo is running and increasing with the pressure.
Arizona Tyler, come over here for a second. Look inside of this dome, my man. Tell me what's wrong. Look in there.
Lock. Oh, bolt?
Yeah, you can see the collision box.
Not only that, you put the bolts are there.
Oh yeah, the bolts are
You
there.
can see. No, what you can see right here, right, is the void.
Yes, the void.
The void.
All this is the void.
Well, going back to the lineage silage, that's something that's going to be coming fairly soon.
I already have models cooked up. It's just a matter of unwrapping and texture.
Are we gonna move Heisler around a little bit to
Oh, Climax
or
side?
Climax? Sorry.
Eric, your engine.
So there's the dynamo bringing the lights on. You can go ahead and pop those cylinder
Fire
cocks
top.
as well.
Different
Okay.
belt. Little higher pitch.
Go ahead and shut these cylinder cocks off. You can see the cylinder cocks move as well. So all of the linkage is animated.
Okay, closing throttle. No, that's more open.
For Chang. Pins dropped.
Okay.
You now have tank car. Which is thrown in your favor, yeah. So as you can hear, Chuck is not at all what it should be.
I really don't like that very high pitch move. Just
Oh,
gotta be
what
honest.
it is, we had an issue in today's patch where it's tied to the throttle percentage and not the speed, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's not just that. It's two.
Yeah,
it's two
but
problems that are.
he stated wrong variable. So
Yeah.
well, it'll be fixed in due time.
Yes.
That's the nature of this game. Is small crew, we fix things as it comes up, and then new
In the
issues
future,
arise.
will you be able to choose valve gear types for later era locomotives?
Really, it depends on if they had it in real life or not.
A lot of this
Like
is
there-
based off of real life stuff. So
Yeah.
There are certain locomotives where, yeah, you would have multiple valve gears. I can't really think of like almost any in the narrow gauge sphere that we're talking about. But, well, okay, CNS 74 / rear grand 774.
is there an
We're gonna
engine
have-
house?
Engine
No, not
house.
yet.
Not yet. We have one model of Como Roundhouse that may be coming soon. We have also other stuff that we're looking at for potential things.
I actually don't want to get close to the climax because it's so loud.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm gonna stop it.
There we go. That's it.
It's going slow. Yeah, it's this engine is more torque than it is anything. We built these engines to climb 10% grade.
And stop on a dime.
When
Very
brakes
good.
work. Yeah, again, little things like that are going to be worked on.
You hear that the actual, I think the dynamo sound is based on like how much it's on when you turn it off.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Here, where is?
But like
Tyler.
you turn it down to 2%.
I'm
and
standing right
turn
next
it
to
on,
it.
You know.
Okay, so all the way off, and I'm gonna do a very gradual climb.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, full power.
And then if you turn it down to like 5 or 10% and then let go and then turn it off, I think it sounds a little different.
Okay. It's at 18% now.
And then turn it off slowly.
Okay.
No, I could have sworn.
Let me
I
try
noticed
5%. Okay, now it's at 6%.
Yep.
Ah,
No, it's just the same sound every time. Could have sworn.
And still, very nice
Will
feature
we
to
get
have.
drinkable alcohol so we can accurately recreate Kenosha? Oh no, the community's now taking a hold to this.
Well, also, that could be something for the workshop, folks.
It's asking
How do you
much
determine the
water
amount
is
of water left in the engine? You
in that bad boy.
climb up on the back end of it, you open this water tender, and you look and you go, hey, damn, that's a little low.
So we have a water glass in every locomotive.
Yes.
Water glass just shows how much is in
Boiler.
the boiler.
Water
it's
glass
not
is
a
a-
readout like height, it's a readout of volume in the
Water
boiler.
glass is reading amount in boiler.
Yes, but not the height of the water.
You must
Just
drink
the
gin
amount.
IRL.
There we go. Andrew gets it.
Alright. Is there anything else? Because that puts us at 2.5 hours, and that was about what I was going to say.
Alright, everybody who's still here, line up in front of the loco.
I can
Well,
take pictures.
honestly. Okay.
Line up.
Alright. Sign off.
Oh,
Let me grab a picture real quick. Alright. And real quick, just because Peyton didn't introduce himself because he wasn't here when we were introduced, go ahead and introduce yourself so it's on the stream, Peyton. Because people are going to go back and watch this, so.
what if I just
Bruh.
Okay, that was Peyton. He's responsible for the Class 70. Heisler.
Sounds like he's back.
What else?
I model and suffer because 1870s and 80s motors
Pain.
are in.
Peyton.
They are not
Alright, lads.
cringe. I will
Yeah.
fight you.
Alright, boys. I'll go ahead and mute your guys' audio. Eat
Okay.
the stream. Alright, guys, thank you all for joining. I'm sure there's going to be other streams. We'll probably be doing it through here. If not, we'll put an announcement out for that. Any more questions? You know, my DMs are open. I'm not sure about the other boys. They don't like getting DM too much about that. But again, the Discord, if you want to join it, if you guys aren't already in it, it's Railroads Online. If you go to the About Me and scroll down the picture, you click on it, it'll take you right to the Discord so you can answer more questions. And other than that, you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for coming.
Doodles.